Thinking Enlightenment. Chapter 1. What you want and what society wants. The Golden Rule of Enlightenment / How to be a Great Thinker. The Golden Rule of Enlightenment is to know that you have a purity, essence, and soul given to you by your Creator God when you were born. This soul has innate wisdom within it of who you want to be, what you should and how you should live. You will get brainwashed by the artificial values of the world. It is pretty well impossible not to in a capitalist, pop culture world where the mass media is blaring other people's ideas at you all the time. Granted, grade school and other formal schooling is good to help give you a basic ability to make your way in the world, but they are indoctrinating forces too. If you are one of the few people who ends up enlightened, you gradually get over all of your cultural indoctrination to realize you stand alone in the world as an autonomous, independent thinker. You think your own thoughts and act on them. Your wisdom and intelligence comes from three sources. 1. The innate wisdom you were born with. 2. Experience in the world followed by analysis of it. 3. Reading books, watching TV, going to school, etc., all filtered by your autonomous sense of wisdom. You don't give your mind up to any false idols and lies out there for sale in society. You do not buy into the lie that is the linchpin of modern psychology, the idea that you have a subconscious mind, a part of you hidden away from your conscious thoughts that guides you without you knowing it. There is nothing mysterious guiding you that you don't about. Your consciousness right this very minute is your reality. Your entire store of knowledge is in your long-term memory. You retrieve it by thinking about it. It's not hidden, mysterious knowledge with motives of its own. It's your life knowledge. You control it by what you retrieve out of it. That's it. Don't buy into what society defines as knowledge and wisdom in the so-called social science subjects. You are a clear thinker. You know your own identity. You know where your own thoughts start and where the world's agenda tries to get its hooks into you, which never happens because you easily pick apart all attempts by people, organizations, advertisers, institutions, and other entities trying to manipulate your thoughts. You know what the absolute rules of morality are, what you must do not just to avoid arrest but to respect all life other than your own. Your purpose is to honor your true nature, which is your soul, by releasing most of the natural energy in it every day. You always have the vision of who you were born to be in your mind's eye, which you fulfill every day, one day at a time, by releasing most of your natural energy to that end. Enlightened people spend most of their time thinking their own thoughts, focusing on their purpose and acting on it. I spend some time listening to the radio and watching TV pretty well every day, but it's minor background stuff to me which I do while I'm engaged in other activities. I like a good laugh on gag and prank shows. I don't want to deal with all that mainstream news crap where they're telling us the world is going to hell in a handbasket every day, so I don't watch it much. If I'm up, I'll watch the first minute of CNN's headline show at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's their big hour. They always talk about whatever is happening right now. Most of the time I turn the channel after I check it out. I read that the average young person spends 11.7 hours a day tapped into some manner of mass media. Where is the time for exploring their own lives by thinking their own thoughts to see where it leads them? No wonder we live in a society of massively indoctrinated lost souls. If you replace your own personal truth with the truth that MTV is feeding you, it ends up in a great tragedy. Some brainwashed chick trying to act like chicks in music videos, or guys trying to act like rockers complete with chemical addictions. Question everything until you realize every institution and every person are potentially corrupt, then simply go along and live your life immune to the BS of the world. When you're enlightened, everything you do comes down to being true to your soul. There are no really hard decisions to make. You just live every day true to yourself by releasing most of the natural energy in your free spirit. Be compassionate and kind to others, especially weak people and the less fortunate. A noble person helps others. You should have no need for status or recognition in the community. You shouldn't care what other people think of you, or if they think of you at all. You should not seek fame for its own sake. You don't need it. Your happiness and self-worth is already inside of you. Just do what you feel is right by the power in your soul. The past means nothing. Don't be nostalgic for it or blame your failings on it. Know within yourself that you are powerful and have great ideas to help the world, even if the world is too stupid to listen to you. Many great people were ahead of their time. After they died, their ideas were adopted. We live in a world where a few forces control most of the power and they don't want to let anyone else in, even if they have good ideas. Most people learn from the belief system of their society, then stick with it for life even though it's stupid to an outsider. We think it's stupid for Hindus to worship some of their weird-looking gods, but we do the same things as Christians, Mary, Jesus, the 12 apostles, etc. The mind is free only to the extent that it is in command of itself. The world really is fucked. Most people are massively brainwashed even though no one will ever admit to it. Get a bunch of good songs for your MP3 player, move, take action, don't stop, dance to the pulse of your life, purge the music in your soul. If you do this, you will live the best life you possibly can. The simple life ideology. I live a simple life because I decided a long time ago, all I own is 1. My body. 2. My mind. 3. My spirit. 4. A temporary block of time. I freed myself from my capitalist, pop culture upbringing by realizing I am what I do every day. I don't care much about what I own beyond the basics for a moderately comfortable lifestyle because material things are dead junk. They can't give me orgasms, intense emotions, or make me feel euphoric about my life. I get self-respect and a good feeling about my life from constantly purging my natural energy with some sort of intensity and urgency at times because I live by a personal standard which I must match all the time, so when I lag, as I occasionally do, I go on a tear or run of releasing energy until I get a good dose out of my system and I'm pleased with what I've done. I get euphoria from doing mostly inspired activities. I won't sacrifice time to work for material things I don't need or to try to get status within the system, which means I don't give a damn what other people think of me. I won't waste my time trying to develop some image to impress people or try to get them to think I'm a big shot, wealthy or in the upper socioeconomic class. A lot of people have been massively brainwashed to pursue materialism and constantly try to increase their status or socioeconomic position within society. This is all wasted effort. The only thing that matters is to constantly express or release whatever you feel in your free spirit. Do this to be true to who you think you are is in your true nature, and you live the best life you can possibly live. Anything less than this is what I call a generic, average, brainwashed life. My time is way too valuable to me to spend trying to acquire the capitalist trinkets I was brainwashed by that they told me would make me happy. I had more material stuff than I needed at one time. They didn't do a damn thing for how I felt inside. On top of that, I realized my standard of life is inside of me. I answer to myself only. I don't respect most people because I think they're average, generic and brainwashed, so I could care less what these average, trivial people might think of me. Many people don't really know that happiness and success are releasing most of your natural energy every day to live in a kind of state of euphoric harmony. You always feel good because you're proud of those things you do that you consider are hard, that you conquer through inspiration and love for doing them. Hard exertion in what you love to do floods your being with euphoria and a sense of inner power. It's hard to explain. If you got it and live like this, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't understand that it's better to live by your free spirit than to pursue mundane comfort and acceptance in some little group of average, timid souls, then nothing I can say will help you understand the best way to live. You either come to the realization that you will be true to the free spirit you were born with no matter what, or you live some other kind of lifestyle following some illusion from the world. Happiness is a state of being, a state of mind. You attain happiness by being happy with what you do one day at a time. Happiness is not a fixed entity. You can't get it just because you won the lottery. Happiness is a fluid commodity. You have to earn it one day at a time, mostly by doing tough, inspired things in releasing the natural energy in your soul that you're proud of that make you feel good. Every day I live to release most of my natural energy, which is mostly inspired, hedonistic, loving and practical, but it's not materialistic. I don't need many materialistic things beyond the basics for basic comfort, and I'm not caught up in the constant desire to be passively entertained because my life is my spirit, what I do. I don't need or want to be entertained by mainstream society's pop culture junk and trinkets. Why would any wise person with an interesting, inspired life want to waste time watching a bunch of vain people all aspiring to be pop stars? Why would I want to watch a bunch of business ventures called professional sports teams play games because they pretend to have an emotional connection with the so-called fans who are really brainwashed stooges for buying into the scrap? Why would I want to watch a bunch of people I don't know dance in some contest on TV? If I'm feeling good, why not dance around in my house and get that good feeling for myself by doing it, not just sit there watching somebody else do it? Henry David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson talked about living by spirit a long time ago, but nothing much has changed. Most people are stuck somewhere between materialism, the pursuit of mundane comfort, frivolous entertainment, and image out in the world, what other people might think of them. Mainstream TV doesn't just blast ads at you. Certain TV shows and magazines are there to make you feel envious and strive to live the lifestyle they're selling. There are a lot of money and investment shows, but in my opinion the worst ones are all the fashion clothing shows and all the home buying, home makeover, home improvement type shows. Who cares? People are starving somewhere, and we have shows about people contemplating what kind of tile to buy for the splashboard of their new kitchen counter. We live in a lost society. I'm writing this little book on my own to proclaim it. No big publisher will touch it because they're all invested in publishing a lot of cute, useless, meaningless books about recipes, home decor, and lots of other meaningless stuff that I say is a big fat lie. Once you discover what's in your pure essence as a human being, you don't need any of that frivolous garbage the world is constantly trying to sell you. The open mind. Life is an experiment to discover what's possible. It should be fun, euphoric, and even transcendent at times when you do great things for yourself. For me, a great thing is something like running non-stop for 3 hours or swimming non-stop for 2 hours. When I do stuff like this, I know that I've taken my life for a great ride right now. I have to do it again tomorrow, but for right now, I'm feeling pretty damn good and I'll ride it for the rest of the day. Were you born to live by your true nature, or to be packaged into a work routine where the reward is to constantly buy stuff you don't need it and hoard it? Check out the clothes the average Western woman owns. Is it natural to fill up entire rooms with clothes you don't need, or did multi-millions of people fall for a massive sales pitch that ripped their souls out of them and turned them into a bunch of pacified, mindless consumers more interested in fashion than what might be original, great, inspired, vital and beautiful inside of them? Should you be a passive spectator or spend that time exploring what you feel within yourself? Capitalism is about neat categories of failure and success. Real life is simply experiences. You learn from the ones that do not yield what you want, then move on to the next idea. Your spirit is not crushed because you did not succeed at something like it is in capitalist land. You must keep on releasing your spirit regardless of outcome in the world of money. Releasing the energy in your free spirit is the prize of life. You are doing what you were born to do. How many people ever get enlightened enough and have the material resources to do that? You don't need a lot of money to get the time to do what you want if you choose to live modestly. Throughout human history, almost no one pursued free, interesting lives. Nowadays it's still almost no one because most people have been seduced by stuff like junk food, professional sports, movies, soap operas, fashion, their Facebook profile, sports skis, video games, etc. Listen more to yourself. Listen less to all that stuff out there they call knowledge, like the news, the mass media, all formal education except for math, science, and language, pop culture, entertainment, the social sciences, philosophy, psychology, political ideologies, mainstream publications, etc. live with all your ideas and thoughts flowing through you like a constantly moving stream of consciousness. You're free to live by your own thoughts if you want. Your uniqueness probably has some significant value to the human race if you're tough and brave enough to search for it, find it, then develop it. Most people won't discover some natural uniqueness about themselves. They'll live their lives within system parameters. In an ideal world, everyone would have an opportunity to explore who they are and possibly create and discover new things to help the world, but most people are poor. They have to constantly work while a few fat cats live in extreme material excess. This is bad for the collective progress of humanity. If all those poor people were given a bit more so they had some leisure time to think, some of them would create great things for humanity, but the greedy, rich people don't care. They just want to hoard it all for themselves. The strong spirit. I wrote the several strong spirit books about how to live the greatest life possible after I discovered the only way I could be happy day after day in the aesthetic, euphoric, spiritual, loving, glorious sense was to release most of the natural energy I felt within myself to match or exceed my personal, intuitive standard of how I should live and who I should be. Life only has worth to me when I touch the higher reaches of my experience of the human condition. I can get there through drugs and sex, but hedonists who do this all the time know there's something missing. It's the force inside your spirit telling you to follow your true nature. When I release my natural energy to express my free spirit, I'm doing what God or the Creator, depending on what you believe in, if anything other than yourself, created me to be. This is the great secret of life that almost no one lives by because almost no one ever discovers it. The biggest reason for this is that most of us get massively brainwashed by the world system, even though very few of us ever admit to it. Most people stay in a state of bland mundanity all the time and never reach these higher states of consciousness, therefore they don't understand that I or anyone can live in a euphoric state of mind virtually all the time. The truth is that this is the only way you can get high on life. Love and affection are nice, but they still don't tap into your full spirit like when you're doing what you were created to do, which makes you feel great all the time, simply releasing all that natural potential energy that's inside of you every morning when you get up. Your true nature is the basic, primal energy inside of you, made up mostly of creative energy, physical vitality, intellectual energy, pleasure, euphoria, love, affection, and sexual energy. If you don't release these base energies every day, you very quickly get out of harmony with yourself, you degenerate into a mess, and your body looks unhealthy to go along with it. When you see some pale-looking, overweight person, you intuitively know they ain't living a glorious life despite what they might say or how much money and status they got. You're a holistic essence. Mind, body, and soul all go together. When you're strong and happy, your mind, body and soul are all vital. When you're not, your mind, body and soul are a mess. That's why nobody fools me. We got these dead-looking people as our supposed leaders, moguls, and celebrities. Most of them don't look like vital people because they're not. They're playing out some egotistical role they got from society, which is not who they really are. The bottom line of life is what you do for your nobility as a human being, if anything. If you figure out how to do this day by day, you'll live as great a life as you possibly can. You have to do something tough that makes you blow off a load of energy. That's the only way to get that satisfied, high feeling. Some people get it through doing tough physical things. Some slave away at work they love to do, like our many inventors, business owners, teachers, doctors, computer programmers, etc. Others take on some social/activist cause and dedicate their lives to it. There's no way you can feel like a noble human being unless you put in the sweat equity to do something all the time, every day, that makes you feel right about yourself, like you're fulfilling the destiny you were put on this earth for. But it's not all about noble, high ideals. I do good for the world and earn a living at the same time because I do what I get a kick out of that's useful to other people. I spend half my day doing physical activities, then I exercise my brain by doing intellectual creative activities in creating my books. You have one fixed image or archetype of strength and beauty. I believe that everyone in their fantasies of themselves in their ideal state sees a strong, beautiful, Noble human being. The problem is, why do so many people lose whatever might have been strong, beautiful, and noble about them by the time they reach 35 years old? Nobody grew up dreaming of being a paunchy, pale, overweight middle-aged person hooked on good-tasting food and pop culture entertainment, yet our society is full of these kinds of people. The measure of a great life is how inspired, strong, vital, loving and free you keep your purity, essence, or spirit day after day, every day over your lifetime. Very few people ever figure out that this is what really matters, then figure out how to live by it. If you don't do this, you're betraying your true nature, which makes you feel out of harmony, like something is off inside of you. For me, it was a gnawing sense of emptiness that was always there regardless of how successful I got out in the so-called real world. I never felt quite right until I realized I have my own inherent standard and must live to honor it. If a person does not release their natural energy on any given day, they can't go higher than average mundanity in their experience of the human condition for that day. Over time, this self-betrayal of not releasing one's natural energy leads to misery and depression. This is the biggest tragedy in modern society that no one seems to acknowledge or talk about. The major natural energies are inspired, physical, creative, intellectual, sensual, hedonistic, loving and affectionate. This has nothing to do with all those esoteric, otherworldly, supernatural, flowery, idealistic, utopian, grand concepts the New Agers use about the human condition in all their delusional books, which mean nothing because they don't tell you how to live the best way possible through what you do and how you think every day, day after day. They just give you some silly concept like the law of attraction and vaguely tell you there are some supernatural vibrations in the universe that control everything, even your life. It's a passive approach to life, you waiting for some magical genie out there to give you something because of your supposed good intentions. Everybody thinks they got good intentions, even evil people, rather than actively living your life, creating it through your own efforts through what you do as you go along. Every starving artist on the planet thinks they have great, noble intentions to pass their beauty onto the world, but they're all living in little dives while the few mainstream manufactured pop stars who sold their souls get all the money and fame. That's why all that secret, law of attraction stuff is a big bunch of capitalist sales crap. It's not about attracting things to you because of some new age lies claiming that if you have positive thoughts and noble intentions, you will get what you want. Even the TV preachers say this, substituting the favor of God for the power of the universe. If this law of attraction was true, all of us, especially the people prone to wishful thinking, would be mega rich, living in extreme material excess, since this idea is constantly pounded into us through the commercial airwaves, with the net result being that most of us fantasize about material wealth with big cars, mansions, and exotic trips. These are great intentions to be rich, yet how come only 2% of the people have the material wealth they want? Every morning when you wake up, you alone create your life through what you do or don't do. Work hard, people notice and give you breaks. Be anything less than a hard worker and the universe ain't gonna give you anything regardless of your so-called intentions. The capitalist version of happiness is to be a robot, set goals that you got from the system, then try to achieve them to hit the big score, make a lot of money and or get famous, win the big game, win the award, sell the most widgets, but nobody ever tells you that tomorrow morning you have to recreate your life all over again for that day. No mania from yesterday can sustain you today, not the greatest victory or party in history. When you wake up, you feel average. The only way to up your mood to the point of euphoria and transcendence is to release a good dose of natural energy to match your inherent standard of who you were born with the potential to be. I want to be physically strong, eternally inspired, creative, intelligent, vital, and I want to love and be loved by the few people and pets I deem important to me, so my life focuses around releasing my natural energy in these few areas all the time. Everything else is a minor delusion or amusement to me. Capitalist goals are for brainwashed nerds. I live to free my spirit, to release the natural energy inside of me. That's what life was meant to be. Release your natural energy every day, not the artificial energy involved in trying to be successful in the rat race by society's standards, nor what society defines for me as pleasure and fun. You don't have to believe me. There are other free thinkers around saying everything and everybody are screwed except for the few enlightened people strong enough and wise enough to separate themselves from the massive sea of indoctrinated people deluding themselves into thinking they're living great lives because they're following society rules, standards, traditions, and conventions, but they're not, because they're not freely listening to themselves as pure individuals, therefore not living by their true, pure natures. So ultimately they're a bunch of pacified sheep silently working dull jobs, buying useless trinkets at the mall, then watching the crap on TV about pop star idols and dance contests. Isn't there more to life than this? Davidic.com. I don't agree with everything he says, but his free ebook about the biggest secret is about as free and radical as it gets within human thought. Bibliotecaplieliads.net could be the best website in the world for alternative thought. It's the homepage for one of my browsers. TheGreatIllusion.com, cool website. You're born with a genetic blueprint, aka soul. Live every moment before the moment's gone. Chris de Berg. You control your reality. The kingdom of heaven is within you. We are the sum total of our eternal experiences. When you're born, you have a genetic blueprint for your life already set up inside of you. Some people take a more esoteric approach and call it your soul, your holistic essence as a human being. All the psychobabble, philosophy, social sciences, humanities, and even religion that man has created for himself doesn't matter. All that matters is that you honor this pure essence that you were born with by being inspired and active every single day of your life to constantly release this natural energy inside of you. All the other gurus and talking heads in the world are full of crap beside this. Only great advocates for living great lives have what it takes to live them by constantly trying to outdo themselves to reach their ideas of freedom and beauty in real life, every day. If you're brought up in anywhere from a middle class to an upper middle class home, by the time you're 4 years old, you're already doing the few things you're naturally drawn to. Then you go to grade school where life is reduced to about 10 academic subjects, and they tell you that all winners of life go to college, which I talk about more in my education book. I was a well-intentioned, brainwashed kid who wanted to do the right thing, so I went to college, became a yuppie, then realized none of it meant anything to me. I didn't know exactly why, but I had some money saved. I realized if I stayed on as a psychology teacher, which I didn't believe in anymore, the so-called science of psychology, I would have hated myself every day, so I bought a van and started traveling around, staying in different towns and cities. Then one day it hit me. I was totally free to do whatever I wanted. I spent my days working out and doing physical activities, my nights exploring my intellectual, creative, and hedonistic interests. I did this because I wanted to. It was my true nature, away from everything I was ever indoctrinated by. I was watching other people at a supermarket, and I realized what makes me different from virtually all of them is that every morning when I wake up, I have an intuitive standard inside of me that tells me I must release X amount of physical energy, then creative intellectual energy, in order to feel like I'm doing justice to my life, which makes me feel good and earns me self-respect. Everybody else is either following the artificial values of the world or not doing much of anything beyond consuming stuff and watching pop culture entertainment. It's really simple. A few people live by their true natures by releasing their natural energy every day. Everybody else is brainwashed by something they got from the outside world. I'm talking everything all the way from monogamy to career success. These are somebody else's ideas, not necessarily your pure thoughts. If you really want to be free, you have to figure out who you are away from cultural indoctrination. Figure out a way to earn a living from your true nature, aka your soul. I have no interest in watching anybody play a football game. Most movies bore me. I don't care about fashionable clothes. I don't care about fancy food in fancy restaurants. I'd go stir crazy on a cruise ship. I couldn't stand laying around on a beach sipping margaritas before 9 o'clock at night. I haven't touched a video game joystick in 20 years, and the list goes on. I just don't buy into society's capitalist bull geared to equate happiness with material things. My happiness is inside of me. I get it from releasing most of my natural energy to both make me feel good and earn my self-respect. The only way you can possibly feel good every single day is to honor who you were born to be by releasing most of the natural energy inside of you for that one day, every day. Thinking about anything by itself cannot make you feel good day after day, despite what all the self-help psychobabbalists say about trying to help you heal some wounded, past baggage you supposedly have through their therapy, giving you X number of steps, stages, rules, strategies, habits, or lessons to follow, or what the holistic types say about meditation and the mind-body connection. The only way to approach feeling great every day is to constantly release the power and vitality inside of you with love and joy for the process. You have to purge it out. It's not enough to think you're a winner. You have to actually do something to prove to yourself that you got game. You need a strong mind, but you have to apply it by actually doing things to burn off your natural energy to get to a state of being where you feel anywhere from good to great because you just went to the higher reaches of your free spirit. If you get to the state of mind through what you've just done, it feels like you're flying. It's a freeing of your spirit. There are no great secrets to living a good to great life. You either honor who you feel you were born to be with sweat equity, a release of natural inspiration mixed in with an aesthetic sensibility, or you will eventually degenerate into an uninspired, tired, mundane, depressed, average, generic, overweight plug because you're betraying yourself day after day by not doing what you were naturally created to do. This unused energy sitting inside of you constantly tells you through your inner voice that you're a gutless wimp for not expending it, thereby setting it free. This is the main reason why people feel anywhere from average to depressed. They don't honor who they were born with, the blueprint to be. Nothing made me happy until I figured out I must release most of my natural energy every day in order to earn my self-respect and feel like a tiger on fire, like I got game, like my spirit is soaring or at least gliding for part of the day. You can only feel like this by doing what you feel is tough, creative, intense, worthy, euphoric, and inspired every day, one day at a time. If you don't do this, what do you really got? You're reduced to either being another generic, pacified consumer spectator clone or an ambitious business type following the artificial values of capitalist success and excess. It doesn't matter how much money you got beyond the basics, how important others seem to think you are, status and power, or how much love people shower onto you. Ultimately, it's you who creates your inner state of being through how much you honor your free spirit or don't. What does it matter if your spouse is madly in love with you if you feel like a jerk for being a wimp? Like if you're overweight and can't lose it, have some kind of addiction you can't shake, you're impotent because of the stress of work, or you don't do anything to make you feel high on life and proud of yourself. Society tries to tell us love will solve all our problems. Love doesn't come close to self-respect, because if you ain't got enough inner nobility to try to reach your full potential as a human being, you'll always be messed up inside, therefore unable to love others fully, purely, and freely. In order to love greatly, you must first live greatly so that you feel good enough to want to be loving and not just be neurotic and depressed, wallowing in your misery, looking for something or some great lover out there to give you temporary comfort, which is where addictions start. You're trying to fill the emptiness in your soul with artificial things. The only way you can fill it is by releasing your natural potential energy. Life in a capitalist world is full of disappointments because no matter what you get, it's never quite enough. You always want more. This is how the cult of materialism works. It's somebody else's ideology, not yours. You got a pure vision or idea in your soul of who you should be. You'll be a lot happier if you follow it rather than if you live by artificial capitalist, pop culture, new age, or psychobabble values somebody else created. Keep your spirit strong through what you do day after day. I'm not talking false bravado. Everybody thinks they got a strong spirit, but the proof is in the vitality within your being. You get vital and strong by releasing the natural energy in your free spirit day after day. The pure truth of the human condition is what you feel given to you by your God. It's got nothing to do with all that capitalist, new age, self-help psychobabble snake oil they're selling these days, pretending they got some advanced knowledge nobody else got. Once you discover your own inherent standard and live by it, you can't be manipulated by the world anymore. That's enlightenment. Everything else is less than this. The self-help industry generates multi-billions of dollars a year. It's a huge scam, and all those gullible, stupid people, mostly middle-aged women, are lining up for more. Just have the guts to live by your free spirit and take your life for a great ride every day, doing what you really want to do, not what somebody else said was cool, fun, successful or fashionable. Almost nobody's got the guts to release what's in their free spirits. They play it safe, talking on indoctrinated roles, watching that useless pop culture garbage on TV that doesn't do anything to enhance your life. Self-betrayal is the biggest tragedy of life in an affluent society. I like being me. I don't want to be anyone else. Every morning I wake up, it's me alone. I break or create my day through what I do and think. It's got nothing to do with the outside world unless I've been brainwashed by it. Everybody is born with a blueprint already set up for who they are. The reason I know this is because my memory of my consciousness at 4 years old is the same as my consciousness is now. Through all those years from 4 years old to now at 51 plus, I went out into the world looking for all the life, pleasure, love, thrills and euphoric experiences I could find. At the end of it all, it was still the same old me in that same pure essence or state of mind. How strong can I keep my purity every day throughout my whole life? At 4 years old, I was an untamed kid running around the woods at our summer cottage on a lake, and at the same time I was intellectually curious and creatively inspired to create things from the free flow of thoughts in my mind. Then I went to school and got brainwashed until I was about 28. Lucky for me, I started to analyze why I wasn't happy despite being a successful yuppie. It finally hit me. I have my own inherent standard of who I should be that has nothing much to do with who the world says I should be if I want to be happy and successful. I realized I'm the same kid I was at 4. Only the fools think they change or come so far, as they like to say. Nothing can change who I was born as by nature unless somebody puts some needles in my brain and mashes it all up. I take a lot of drugs or drink a lot of alcohol, which screws with my brain chemistry. I get hit in the head several times as with sports concussions, or I get brainwashed and start following other people's ideas, namely all that crap out there they fed me all the way from early TV viewing to grade school to making it big in a capitalist world. Every morning you wake up with a certain amount of potential, untapped natural energy inside of you. My purpose in life is to release most of whatever is strong, beautiful, true, pure, lusty, hedonistic, and loving inside of me by the end of the day. If I do this, I feel strong and good every day of my life. I've earned my sense of well-being and self-respect. On any given day, you have 3 options. 1. Release your natural energy. Figure out a way to earn a living at it. 2. Follow the artificial values of the world. Do something you don't particularly like to do to earn a living and or earn some status out in the community, like work some job you don't really like or study something in school you're not really interested in. 3. Don't do much of anything beyond being a passive consumer spectator. Buy stuff you don't really need and plug into pop culture entertainment. If I don't release my natural energy, it's no big deal for one day. I might feel a little bit of inner disharmony, but it's minor. Since my life is focused on releasing my natural energy, I never go 2 or 3 days without making a great effort to release whatever is inside of me. But most people over about the age of 28 do not release their natural, inspired aesthetic spiritual energy for hundreds to thousands of days in a row. They have betrayed their true natures and lost themselves. This is life in modern, Western society. People do not know that the key to feeling good is to constantly release one's natural energy, so they just go along with the main societal indoctrinating forces. By the time we're 35, most of us lose a hold of who we really are by buying into the definitions of happiness and success put forth by the capitalist system, the images of coolness and trendiness we get from pop culture entertainment, and also the delusions of religion and New Ageism, which tell us something supernatural will give us what we want if our intentions are right and we worship the great deity. Little by little, day by day, we lose a hold of whatever is beautiful, natural, and strong within ourselves until we feel anywhere from average to depressed all the time and don't really know why. When you don't release your natural energy and instead buy into the artificial values of the world, the price you pay is inner disharmony. A lot of people don't realize they have a true nature away from the artificial standards of the world, so they get all messed up, then don't feel right about who they are or what they do. It's simple. Follow your true nature. Everything else is the world trying to sell you something. Just figure out a way to earn money doing what comes naturally to you. All you have is right here, right now, what you create day by day as you live. The great Creator gave me my free spirit. I honor it because it's the highest order of life to me and the most divine thing I own. There's nothing else. Material things are basic and minor. Whatever trophies and status the world gives you can't touch you all those hours you spend alone in your head every day answering to yourself. Your loved ones are your allies, support, source of warmth and the means through which you release the love and affection inside of you, but they are not you. You still have that sense of inner self-accountability known to no one but you that can only be honored and expressed by you. If you don't do it, you'll end up like another one of those mundane middle-aged people wondering what happened, where have all the flowers gone, why don't you feel the fun, joy, or the lightness in your stride you had at 22? Fixed essence. Your purpose is to run with the flow of intuitive energy you feel in your fixed essence. Presumably, as a rational thinker, any enlightened individual would figure out that life is about trying to get as many endorphin floods or rushes to the brain as possible. There are several ways to get endorphin rushes. Sex, love, affection, inspired activities, creative, physical, doing great, tough, challenging things. Pursuit of aesthetics, what is beautiful as in music. Mind-altering substances. I don't understand why so many people fall for society's definitions of happiness and sacrifice the pure, free pursuit of living to feel endorphin highs all the time. That's why I think society is screwed. Most people live generic, self-deluded lives as consumer spectators following society's definitions of happiness and success, and I'm one of the few truly enlightened people away from society's limited definitions of what enlightenment is. You are who you are, a fixed essence, and that's it, but I was stupid like most people. I got brainwashed by the world of artificial values, but then I redeemed myself when I realized it's all bull. Nobody can touch me or indoctrinate me if I figure out I am a pure essence as an individual, and I must follow the call of my soul regardless of what garbage, knowledge, wisdom, entertainment, or other bull the world tries to throw at me. This one thing alone has made me the most enlightened human being on the planet. You can reach this level too if you have the guts to discover who you really are, then live by it. There's no logical reason for where my interests or thoughts come from. Nobody pushed me into anything. They were just always there. They still are. There's no such thing as changing unless you change from your true nature to live by the artificial values of the world. I got brainwashed by the world for a while, but at about 28 years old, I started to see that the capitalist versions of success and happiness I was brought up to believe in weren't making me happy. Then I finally figured it out. I am what I am, who I was in my earliest memories. I must honor it every day by releasing most of my natural energy to earn self-respect and a sense of well-being. I have a close connection to my soul/free spirit/true nature. It's the only way to feel good all the time. Everybody who is not foraging for basic survival yet still feels miserable has betrayed his or her true nature. This is the root cause of most misery and depression. A few people have real tragedies or they're grieving a loss, but most sadness is caused by not honoring one's true nature. You can't feel intense pleasure all the time continuously. Over the course of any day, you can have several sexual orgasms, feel the euphoria of being affectionate with your intimates including pets, which is where most of us shower most of our love anyway, catch a buzz through booze and drugs, and throughout the day reach a few peaks through creative and physical inspired activities that sustain the flow of well-being. I do a lot of physical and creative intellectual activities. They give me highs that sustain my sense of well-being for the entire day, then I supplement it with some of the things I talk about in my love and sex book. It's enough to put you in the realm of living a great life, feeling your primal sensations and going along with them. People en masse don't realize they have an inherent standard they must live by if they're to constantly feel good. It's a massive tragedy that almost nobody understands. It's about money and work for most men. It's all fine and good to aspire to get to the top of the power structure where you work, but if you lose yourself in the process, it's a wasted life. Then they throw you to the curb when you retire and you got nothing but an uninspired life, playing the capitalist version of a successful old age, golf, the most boring thing around. Shouldn't your life be more inspired, interesting, primal, natural and intense than that? All you have is your spirit, which determines how strong, vital, and happy you are. Everything else is something from the world. Some of it can help you live a better life, but a lot of it is other people's ideas and ideologies trying to get you to give your power to them rather than being who you really are and trusting your own inherent wisdom. You feel really good when you're releasing the beauty and power inside of you. Everybody's got their own ideas of what is strong, vital, graceful, beautiful, noble, and transcendent. We all have some image in our mind that was inside of us when we were born of who we want to be and who our Creator God made us to be. There is one major archetype or image that defines you. It's usually a strong, beautiful, wise person living a vital life untouched by the pollution and bull of the world. This is your true nature. Most people will not live by their true natures. It's the great quiet tragedy of life in the modern Western world. Every morning when you wake up, you feel mundane and average. There's no such thing as being bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right off the blocks. You might feel motivated, open to life and inspired, but you cannot feel good in the euphoric sense until you've converted some of that untapped potential into released energy. I wake up every day feeling average. I do the same thing all the time by choice. When you discover who you are, there are only a few things you really want to do. After a few hours of releasing physical energy, I start to feel good. A part of it is due to motion, which is what we were created to do, move. A part of it is freeing my spirit or releasing it, and a part of it is that I've earned some self-respect. That's it. There's nothing else on the planet that's gonna get you high on life day after day. The psychobablists are big on telling us to release our pent-up emotions in their therapy sessions. They're all a bunch of brainwashed idiots for turning that Freudian lie about past baggage into the big money machine called psychoanalysis/psychotherapy, because it's not the way to find happiness in life. You can talk about your pathetic past or probe it looking for answers to your sadness until you're blue in the face, but it won't solve anything because the past means nothing. The only thing that matters is, do you have the guts and the fortitude to become the person you were born with the natural potential to be, right here, right now, every single day of your life. It's all about inspired action to feel good in the current moment. It's not about dwelling on some wounded, inner child baggage. That's a cop-out for the wimps of the world. The mental health industry runs with it, making billions of dollars selling therapy and drugs to naive, unsuspecting people who don't realize it's a big con. I had a great life, even as a kid, but I don't dwell on it to sustain me today. I never look back because I know that I create my life as I live it day by day. I prove to myself every day that I got a vital spark. I actively focus on creating and regenerating myself through my routine of physical and creative intellectual activities to reach my inner standard. There is no other way to be happy all the time. Almost nobody knows this or lives by it. If you don't meet your natural inherent standard every day, either because you're weak, lazy, brainwashed, or not enlightened, you have some sense of inner disharmony within yourself. Inner disharmony is easy to spot. Does somebody look vital and happy or not? Do they have a good-looking, strong body for their age, or do they look like soft powder puffs? You can get brainwashed by anything. Beyond the lies of capitalist happiness and success, there are also lower-order lies, as in patriotism. One country is better than another, something like being a fan of a professional sports team when they're all hired guns with no emotional attachment to the team. The phony battle between Republicans and Democrats, they're all elitists playing a game like professional wrestling to fool us into thinking they're different and care about us, the plebeians, but they only care about their elitist status, the cult of celebrity, the perception that the stars on TV are higher intellectually and morally than other people, etc. Understand the nature of your emotions. That way, your emotion is digested into knowledge and wisdom. Your mind by itself is pure. The crap of the world makes it impure. Understand your own nature, your own mind, and you don't get surprised by whatever you think up. How to live and think. Follow your true nature. It will lead you to truth for your life. Whatever your Creator God endowed you with, that's your truth. Your purpose in life is to discover whatever is original and inspired within yourself, then use it up every day for your own benefit, to invigorate yourself and to help other people somehow with these natural abilities you have. The system wants you to pick from among the options it offers, like the majors at college and the regular jobs out there at a young age, but a full, examined life doesn't work like that. You do what naturally interests you, then at some point in time, you intuitively feel what your life's purpose is. It's not about picking from the X number of career options the system offers you after you graduate from high school. It's about exploring your life until you find something that you really like to do that can earn you a living. The capitalist system wants you to declare a career path right away at 18 and get on with it. The result of this way of thinking is a lot of unhappy people who don't feel happy with their career or lives in general, simply because they're not doing much to release their inherent natural energy every day, which is what a great life is, constantly releasing your natural energy with joy for the process. This self-betrayal is the biggest cause of misery in the modern, Western world that almost no one is aware of or talks about. Just express what you feel in your soul. You need guts to do this in the cookie-cutter world we live in, where we're taught that a great life is imitating what we see on TV that's marketed to us as cool and successful. The truth is that cool is having the confidence to be who you really are, unbrainwashed by the world. Do not listen to the false, lying, useless knowledge geared to indoctrinate you like most of the so-called liberal arts, humanities, social science psychobabble out there, most of which was created in the past 50 years. I wonder how humanity managed to get along before all this fake knowledge came on the scene? Learn to separate fake knowledge from true wisdom, then develop a system to live by it. All you have to do every day when you wake up is to make a commitment to release most of your natural energy to match or exceed the inherent standard you should feel within yourself of who you were born to be and who you want to be. Life is lived like this, one day at a time. It's not like all the glitter and so-called glamour you see on TV all the time. Don't listen to the false idols and ideals of the world too much. Listen to your pure self. Freedom is expressing your free spirit to its fullest with love for the process. There are the artificial values of the world and your true nature. Most people live by the artificial values of the world, which causes a sense of disharmony somewhere within themselves, even if they are successful by the standards of the world. Use the knowledge of the world to better your life, but don't buy into anything beyond mathematics and the hard sciences without critically analyzing it. When they're trying to teach you culture in grade school or in college, be like me. I say that's somebody else's ideas, not mine, which is why I rarely listen to much of it. What I do listen to or watch on TV I mostly dismiss as minor, meaningless entertainment. Almost nothing out there intrigues me or inspires me. My inspiration is all inside of me, in my own thoughts and actions. Constantly contemplate your life and the state of the world. Analyze the situation, come to conclusions based on intuition and logic, then act on them. Logic by itself is not always right, the process of gathering all the facts then analyzing them to come to a rational conclusion. You have to factor in what your raw gut emotions tell you to do. Learn from mistakes and errors in judgment. Learn from knowledge that others have gathered and created before you. Don't judge others or compare yourself to them. Just worry about yourself and the fulfillment of your life's purpose through the release of your natural, inspired, aesthetic, loving, sensual energy. Unite with like-minded people to do things and make money if you find people who share your views. You can only live 1 hour at a time, which is why sorrow about the past or worries about the future don't mean anything. Life is always the challenge to release your natural energy to stay close to who you were born with the potential to be and want to be. If you don't live like this, you're just another generic spectator consumer. Listen to yourself purely. Don't get bound up in delusional fantasies about what others might think of you if you do something that gets you on TV or achieve something that the system gives you an award for. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. All that really matters is earning your own self-respect for you, not for anybody out there who you might give some control over you because you want their approval. Respect people who help you. Ignore the slovenly, gluttonous, selfish, greedy people as much as you can. The less you deal with them, the less they'll be able to exploit you or pollute your mind. Make no assumptions. Take nothing for granted. Create your life as you go along. Your purpose in life is to honor who you were born with the potential to be, for a purpose that goes beyond personal ambition to help others in some way. You can never fulfill yourself or reach a point where you're enlightened and have lots of money and that's it, because the only truly enlightened people know they have to honor themselves every day by releasing most of their natural inspired energy one day at a time, and that's always hard, or at least challenging and stimulating. That's the only way to constantly earn your self-respect and feel good, do tough, challenging, inspiring, euphoric, joyful things. If you don't, you really have no life beyond being a generic consumer spectator, which might seem like fun according to the commercials on TV, always pushing you to buy more stuff and fill yourself up with more meaningless pop culture entertainment. But your debt to the God who created you is to become the finest example of his handiwork as you can be. If you don't live like this, you're just another one of the dull, timid, scared, huddled masses without the guts to try to touch transcendence and perfect freedom with their lives. Peace of mind is when you're following your true nature, not trying to be something you're not as defined by the world. Happiness is not a behavior. It's a sense of self, a sense of wholeness and satisfaction. Follow your true nature and happiness will come on its own, without you trying to impose it upon yourself. You have to figure out what you love to do and do it all the time. It's the only way to live a relaxed, harmonious life. Don't complicate your life with the artificial ideas the world is trying to sell you. Listen to your true nature and live by it. You can live in the world without selling your soul to it. Some things you will never know the answers to for sure, like where did we come from, is there life after death, is there a God, are extraterrestrials visiting Earth, is there such a thing as ghosts, etc. So don't waste your life pondering them. Live in the moment. Deal with the hereafter when you die. Honor yourself because the spirit of life, aka your creator God, honored you by giving you life. Honor the world because God created it and it's all you got, that you know for sure. Live with courage, not fear. The less news you watch or read, the less you allow the negativity of the world to invade your purity. I'm aware of what's going on in the world, but I only watch a few minutes of the news here and there once or twice a week. When you share knowledge, it can multiply. A little bit of knowledge can drastically improve someone's life. Experience in life as you live it, followed by an analysis of your experiences, is a better teacher than reading books or listening to others. If you're really ambitious, think that you were put on this earth by God for an important, specific, special purpose, to do something great to help humanity that only you can fulfill, and live that way, thinking and acting as though you have a great purpose and the world needs you to do it. To feel strong even when you're weak, never stop thinking like this. You are a servant of truth, knowledge, and wisdom to help yourself live a great life and help the world, hopefully with love for the human race in your heart, even though this could be difficult because every human being has been betrayed by other human beings at some point in time, which tends to make us cynical and give up on humanity. Personally, I think the only hope for the human race is genetic engineering, but I still continue to live with optimism simply because it enables me to live a good to great life regardless of how screwed up the world and the people are around me. I don't waste my time judging the shortcomings of the world or the follies people commit. I focus on releasing my natural energy in a positive, intense way to give me feelings of joy and fulfillment. I'm open to the good stuff out in the world, but I ignore the negativity as much as I can. I stay close to my true nature and continue to learn positive, practical, and inspirational knowledge which I write about in these super books. When you help others, you help yourself because it makes you feel good and they might show you some gratitude by doing nice things for you. As long as you're true to yourself by trying to honor whatever is natural inside of you, you're never wrong. You're always on the right path doing the right thing. Your friends are people like you who are trying to live positive, great lives. I try to minimize contact with generic people. I have nothing in common with them. I don't want them polluting me with their meaningless, frivolous bullshit about sports scores, celebrity gossip, the next pop idol or top model, fashion, materialism, good-tasting junk food, internet chatter, YouTube videos, computer games, the so-called mainstream news, the politics of the two main parties to the exclusion of everyone else, etc. Aimless people who don't do anything much beyond consume things and watch pop culture entertainment are confused and out of harmony with themselves on a deep level, because in order to be happy, you have to be purposeful and proud that you're releasing your natural energy all the time. If you don't constantly release your natural energy, your sense of self-betrayal shoots way up and you intuitively feel you're dishonoring yourself. This is the only real freedom, to try to do what you intuitively feel you were born to do with passion and gusto for the process. Treat your life with reverence. Be bold enough to strive to live a glorious life. Love this life the Creator God gave you. Live a relaxed life following your true nature. You cannot win against the powerful marketing forces of the capitalist pop culture machine. It controls the minds and souls of most people. The world's forces, meaning the corporate industrial infrastructure, want you to be a good obedient worker clone who takes his paycheck and pacifies himself by buying lots of material things he doesn't need and filling his mind up with meaningless pop culture entertainment. That's the perfect citizen to them, the passive consumer spectator who always wants more useless junk. The best you can do is stay pure within yourself and find a handful of friends and allies to be your kindred spirits. Everyone else has been massively polluted by the artificial values of the world. The funny thing is that they look down on you because they think you're weird for not playing the game of the world like them, which they think is the cool, successful way to be. They follow what they see on TV and parrot it. Figure out a way to earn a living by doing something you love to do anyway. That's a part of your true nature that can help people in some way. Serve the truth, which is what you intuitively feel with yourself. You are nothing more or less than who your Creator God made you to be by nature. All you have to do is honor it without sacrificing your life to the artificial values of the world system. Chapter 2. Enlightenment is natural inspiration. How I live day by day. You were born with an intuitive standard of how you should live. You just have to discover it, then honor it by releasing a good dose of natural energy every day, as opposed to living by the artificial values and psychobabble of the world. Everybody's so massively brainwashed that they accept this massive tidal wave of phony knowledge that has come on the scene in the last 50 years in the name of social science, liberal arts, and self-help. They try to dissect the human into hundreds of discrete little parts, but it's just you and that bit of purity you were born with. We're a lost society because everybody is so indoctrinated. Almost nobody listens to themselves to discover who they are purely the way they were at 5 years old before Big Brother seduced them to become passive consumer spectators doing average, functional jobs as opposed to following their free spirits unhassled by the man. My life is very simple. I know what I want to do every day because I went through all the cheap thrills and everything else the world offers in terms of fun, entertainment, and fulfillment to conclude that the only thing that can possibly make me happy day by day is to honor who I feel I was born to be, which I call my intuitive standard, by releasing a good dose of that natural energy that's inside of me when I wake up every single day. Nothing else does it for me. I've been on cruise ships and at amusement parks. I could care less next to doing something that releases either my inspired, sensuous or loving energy. This is the big disconnect that I noticed separates me and my kindred spirit type of people from everyone else. The people like me wake up in the morning with an intuitive sense of what they feel they must do for the day. For me, it's like every single morning I feel that my Creator, God, put this natural potential energy inside of me. I must release at least 85% of it every single day. I must release that natural, inherent energy. How else can I possibly feel high, good, or transcendent about my life? There's nothing else. Any life other than a life like this is average, common, mundane to miserable. I'm surrounded by people living these types of lives, either thinking they got something or pretending they do, hiding behind meaningless lives. I can't waste my time pursuing the artificial values and lifestyles the system wants me to buy into. I have to release that energy, most of which is inspired. In my case, my inspired energy is physical and creative intellectual activities. Then I have a bit of a sensuous, hedonistic and romantic streak, so I finish out my day pursuing higher states of conscious through things other than releasing inspired energy. I've been with elderly people who have paid their dues by working all their lives and don't seem to understand that life is a constant creation, expression, and release of the natural inspired energy in their free spirits. They just sit there reading books, watching TV, playing golf, or bingo. This is societal brainwash defining their lives for them. I've been with wealthy middle-aged friends and relatives who had big houses and plenty of money, but when I got closer and talked to them, every last one of them had a kind of anxiety. They were all worried about their businesses falling apart. They feel compelled to work all the time in order to gain some illusory sense of security that I feel is brainwash from capitalist ideology, since our true material needs are minimal and life is lived one day at a time. Some people argue that business is an end in itself, as an inspired activity, much like an artist pursuing his craft. I tend not to agree, because I feel that true inspiration is more romantic, aesthetic, hedonistic, noble, natural, primal, and intense. My inspired activities are running around the woods, swimming in the lake like my ancestors did, then learning new things and creating new ideas. Even though I've written a business book, it was a creative intellectual exercise for me. I have about as much natural inclination to run a business as Zorba the Greek did. Life is an adventure of my transient time here, right now. I live to do what I feel is natural, right, and good for me, and feel a lot of the higher reaches of human sensations every day. When you wake up on any given morning, if you had no constraints, like you didn't have to go to work or to school ever again because you had enough money to cover your bills, what would you do every day for the rest of your life? The truth is that most people have no focus, or to be more specific about it, they are not connected to the free spirits they were born with. They go along with the forces of the world, so when they get a day or two off, they usually sleep and then do something meaningless or passive like watch TV or go to the mall. With me, every day is a straight release of my inspired energy. Then I might do something hedonistic, sensual, or romantic. It's simple and I love to do it. I can't imagine any other way to live. My purpose in this book is to tell you that you have a free spirit within yourself. If you can discover it, honor it, and figure out a way to earn a living from it, you'll live the best life possible for any human being. Most people don't understand the inherent standard I live by. It's easy. Every day I honor who I was born to be by releasing the natural energy in my soul with intensity and love for the process. It's what I feel inside of me, so I honor it by releasing it. Most people that I know are not aware that they have some natural inherent standard they should honor, but a few do. They're my kindred spirits and soulmates. Everybody else to me are lost souls. They might be pleasant people, but they ain't living by the natural power they were born with, so there's nothing between us, no common ground. I suspect most people have either been brainwashed by the standards of success and happiness put forth by various forces from the outside world, all the way from capitalism to religion, or they're just lazy spectator consumers. A subgroup of people within society are either lazy or have been brainwashed handily by pop culture entertainment. If you ask them what life is all about, they say it's about having fun, implying to fill yourself up with food, video games, amusement parks, home decor, trendy clothes, alcohol, etc., not to live by the inherent, intuitive standard I believe all people have inside of them when they're born. Somehow these people were either too weak, lazy, uninspired, or stupid to discover it then live by it. I can understand somebody who always has to work to survive not having enough time or energy to figure out their lives for themselves, but in our society, very few people don't have at least 6 leisure hours a day to do anything they want with. Free spiritism is to follow your free spirit. Everything else is a marginal, meaningless life to me. I answer to the call of my soul, and that keeps me feeling anywhere from good to great as long as I keep honoring it by releasing my natural energy day by day. If I ever falter and stop doing it, I start to feel as lost and unfocused as the generic people I'm surrounded by who have no individual passions or pursuits. I don't stop because I love who I am as a pure individual. I live by the power I feel within myself. This is my destiny and my purpose. That's all you have to do if you want true joy every day. Losing your vital spark is the tragedy of life. How original is my life versus how brainwashed I am. I know who I am. I was born that way. I'll die that way. I'll never wear a brand name logo. When I was about 23, I was as physically strong, free, inspired and idealistic as I could be. As you age, your hormone levels go down, causing a decrease in physical energy, but you can still stay pretty strong and inspired throughout your life if you work it day by day. This is the most valuable thing I could possibly own, my sense of inner vital spark. Most people lose themselves by the time they're 35. They've lost a strong connection to this vital, inspired, youthful spark in the core of their being. To me, this is the most important thing I could possibly own in life, a sense of vitality that I get by releasing the natural energy in my soul every day. Many people don't know why they feel anywhere from average to mundane to miserable all the time. They think it's due to a lack of money, not having enough status out in the community, or relationship problems, but at the core, it almost always comes down to the loss of the vital spark within themselves. You lose yourself one day at a time by not releasing the natural energy in your free spirit. After a year or two, your body and spirit get weak because you're not working them, so they go to inertia. I was talking to my lawyer buddy from college the other day. He told me he doesn't play his guitar anymore like he used to. It just kind of faded away. I saw another buddy last summer. We were kindred spirits, not in a gay way but in a spiritual way, because we were both hooked on tough physical activity and the use of mind-altering substances. We used to go swimming every day in the summer when we were teenagers. I told him I still swim every day. He said he hasn't done it once this year. Most of my friends and acquaintances from 25 years ago now have graying hair and are at least 20 pounds overweight. They got that mundane, faded look, like their lives are a generic flatline. They lost whatever they might have once had that was alive, beautiful, strong, and vital. Can you stay inspired all your life? Your state of mind, therefore your life, is more influenced by how naturally inspired you are than anything else. Money, love, or a belief in God can't touch this natural love or joy for your life if you have it. If you don't know how to be naturally inspired about your life, you're missing the whole point of being alive. A lot of people think their misery or lack of youthful spark is caused by a mental disorder because they've been brainwashed to think that this field called mental health or psychology is the definitive answer to life's problems, that the so-called knowledge in this formal study of human behavior has been empirically tested and proven scientifically to be the authoritative knowledge of life. But the truth is that the field was created mostly out of thin air, except for the parts of it that study the physical, organic brain. Human behavior for people who don't have organic brain damage is all about momentary moods which are fueled by the extent that we either release or don't release the natural energy within our essences as human beings. All the psychotherapies they have about the subconscious mind, cognitive behavior therapies about reconditioning the mind with basic operant and classical conditioning, and humanistic therapies about emotionally supporting the patient are massive bullshit, because they do not address the real problem, the bleeding soul out of harmony with itself. Many people have a lost, empty soul that got that way because they never bothered to explore their lives freely enough to discover their true natures, then live to honor them day by day by releasing their natural energy to that end. Instead, they either bought into one illusion or another from the world and / or lived a consumer spectator lifestyle, always looking to be entertained by something new in pop culture entertainment and / or buying frivolous stuff at the mall. God gave you self-accountability. You intuitively know when you're honoring yourself and when you're betraying yourself. You're free to choose either course of action: do the right thing that you intuitively feel you should, or do other things that might feel good right now, like overeating, sitting around doing couch potato things, drinking booze almost every night, or buying stuff you don't need, but you know deep down that you're violating your true nature. Over time, the unused energy from your true nature, soul, builds up inside, causing an empty feeling within oneself. This empty feeling is self-pity or self-contempt, because you know on some level that you're betraying yourself, even though you might not be aware that this is exactly what is happening. You just know you feel empty but haven't figured out why. There's only one way to get rid of it. It's called inspired action from the soul. For me, it was simple. I was not honoring who my creator made me to be. I was trying to be a capitalist yuppie like I was indoctrinated to be, when I'm really a bohemian roughneck. I was a dandy. I had a room full of trendy clothes. I was trying to act cool, like I was up there intellectually, acting like a sophisticated idiot, but even then as I was doing it I knew I was being an asshole. Still, I couldn't help myself. I wanted to be like one of those up-and-coming assholes I saw in a men's lifestyle magazine. It was so empty and against my true nature. I felt like there was something missing from my life. Then I realized I was following the artificial values I was indoctrinated by, as opposed to my true nature. After that, my life became simple. It all became crystal clear. I saw the bullshit of the world and the real, pure me. I figured that if any girl could not love me for the real me, as opposed to the yuppie type image, then she wasn't for me. It was about then that I started reading the Bible in my writings for my love and sex book, and I saw that even 2,000 years ago, they glorified modest women as the best women to be wives. That's why I'm still contemptuous of all the pop culture chicks out there trying to act all trendy and advanced. I release my natural, inspired, sensual, loving energy with intensity and love for the process every day. That's my life. I don't care about the standards of the world beyond earning a living. I equate happiness with euphoria. I get euphoric by the intense release of my natural energy in all its facets: inspired, physical, creative, intellectual. For me, maybe that's not inspired for you, sensual, hedonistic and loving. There's no other way. Happiness can't be a bland, comfortable feeling. That's average mundanity. You have to feel something intense and inspired from your being. You have to connect with your true nature, then constantly release that energy to match an inherent standard you feel within yourself. How strong and noble are you in honoring this natural standard within yourself to live as full a life as possible? How much of a great experience is your life day by day versus how average and mundane to miserable it is? You can't be happy without being a workhorse for the few things you really love to do. You have to purge that energy with gusto. If you don't, what do you got? An average life. So what? Positive thinking is wishful thinking. Where's joy? In the natural things I do or what I buy at the store. It's not about attitude. I see punks and pop culture clones with attitude all the time. They're trying to act cool like they got brainwashed by in some music video. Attitude without action or a time-tested history of action is fake hype. So what? You can look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful and great all you want. All of this self-talk bundled together over a year can't match one tough workout for enhancing the strength in your spirit. Thoughts by themselves can't sustain you. They're just fantasies. The self-help industry tells you just think positive thoughts and the universe will open itself up to you by some magical secret of vibrations. How stupid can anyone be to believe in this stuff in this day and age? You have to set your spirit soaring on high through what you do. You have to match that standard you feel within yourself of who you want to be by doing it one day at a time. You have to give anywhere from good to great effort, and you can never stop. You can't just sit there and say, "Oh, I'm so happy, the birds are singing, life is great." Self-respect is happiness, but you don't get it just by your mere existence as a human being. You have to earn it every day. If you don't earn your self-respect one day at a time by releasing the natural energy in your soul, there's absolutely no possible way you can be happy in the transcendent sense. I don't believe in the Pollyannas of the world. They're all faking it because you have to earn your happiness by earning your self-respect one day at a time. You cannot possibly be happy without doing this. You can act happy in front of others, but I know that I have an inner standard I answer to, and if I don't honor it through the release of my natural energy on any given day, my happiness level goes down. Nobody is that different from me that they don't live by this on some level, even without consciously realizing it. A great many people who have betrayed themselves by letting themselves go constantly deny it, like all the overweight people acting happy. You can't be happy and overweight at the same time. It's the same thing if you sit around and watch TV or read meaningless fictional stories for the bulk of the day. Your soul is constantly telling you you're out of harmony with yourself, wasting your life, giving it up to slothful pursuits. You can act jolly all you want for your public, but the real you is the person alone in his own thoughts. That's why people generally don't fool me. I can see how much self-respect, therefore nobility and happiness someone has in one look. It's written all over you. Your face and body don't lie after 40. Do you consciously make an effort to take care of the temple your God gave you, which is your body? Do you have an imprint on your face of someone who is living a joyful life? When you're young, the grace of youth can hide bad habits and a frivolous, meaningless lifestyle, but as you pass 40, the real you is written all over your face and body by how you live. All those beautiful chicks I knew in my youth are now overweight, tired-looking broads. Nature gave them good looks at 18, but they lost it. They ain't got that soulmate quality I'm looking for, a chick like me who's gonna still be beautiful at 40, 50, and more, because that's her lifestyle. She's working it like I'm working it. I'm still in the game looking for a soulmate. I had a few when I was younger and unprepared, but now I'm ready. Where are you? Positive thinking and positive intentions will not make you a champion at life, nor will a great spirit from the universe give you what you want just because you willed it so with good intentions, like all that phony secret stuff suggests. It's all capitalism, selling books to stupid people. The truth is that most people's intentions start at self-centered and go to selfishness and evilness. There are only a few truly good people out there. Most of us aren't bad, we're just self-centered. It's normal. The biggest delusion on the planet is the self-delusion that we're good people while we live in houses much bigger than we need, surround ourselves with meaningless material goods and an excess of food while over 1 billion people are hungry and homeless right now. That's the truth about human nature. If somebody starts talking to me about good intentions, I look at how well fed they are, then look at their cars and their houses. I had a woman talk to me one time about her great intentions. I was tempted to ask her, why did she color her hair? Why didn't she use that money to help some poor kid out instead of vainly, frivolously coloring her hair? In the capitalist world, nobody cares about your intentions, they care about your results. All those business school graduates every year aren't out to help the world. They're out to make money. If it means helping people to get what they want in order to get rich, they do it. The customer doesn't care if you're greedy or good as long as he gets the best product for the best price. I can think all the positive thoughts I want, but they don't do anything for me unless I use them to blow off that load of natural, untapped energy inside of me. Then I feel good. If I just sit there and think how great and happy I must be because I live in a nice house and my cats love me, I start to feel like a wimp for sitting there not doing anything. I feel like I'm betraying myself by not releasing the power that God put into me. The entire self-help industry was created on positive thinking. Just think happy thoughts even if your little world is falling apart. I read a quote somewhere that said all problems are solved as soon as you engage in work, preferably meaningful work, but it doesn't really matter much if you're depressed and aimless. The action of engaging in something that stimulates, inspires, or occupies you has a calming effect. It takes you away from the self-conscious thoughts in your head. If you get absorbed in it as though it was an art form, you have the potential to entirely free yourself from the mundanity of the human condition. This is why free spiritism is infinitely superior to all that one-dimensional self-help crap out there about positive intentions or positive thinking. You create your life through what you do. Your thoughts don't mean much next to action. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. The only people that I see who are truly happy are the bohemians like me who get a thrill out of blowing off their natural steam on activities they love to do. I don't see anybody else with that high level of euphoria, the pure simple joy of purging one's free spirit. If you're not doing it, what do you got? An average state of consciousness, so what? It doesn't matter if you're loved and loaded with money. Plenty of wealthy people with love in their lives are depressed because they ain't living by their free spirits. It's partially physiological. You have to release endorphins and adrenaline because they make you feel naturally high. The rest is the release of the free spirit. You reach a flow. You're riding your life like a surfer rides a wave. That's what this book is about. That's the way I live. It's intuition, a purging of my natural energy and the use of mind-altering substances which are great at making me feel real for the moment, therefore making me accountable for what really matters. If you have no conception of an intense, passionate release of your spirit, therefore don't do it every day, you will never get higher than feeling average, which is how you feel right after you wake up. Then don't do anything tough, inspired or intense through the day. Out of all the self-help, psychology stuff I ever read about being happy and successful, not one gets that it's about the natural release of the free spirit to send it soaring for a while every day. There are plenty of discrete one-liners that taken all together amount to nothing because they don't address the essence or engine that runs a person's life. They all missed it, every last one of them. That's why it's all psychobabble to me. With all the intelligence all these so-called psychologists, psychiatrists, and self-help gurus claim to have, they don't seem to understand that we operate by spirit, by the holistic essence that is us. It's not about quantitative studies that yield possible minor trends or tendencies in human behavior, nor is it about the endless lists of motivational one-liners about setting goals in order to be happy and successful according to definitions they're always coming up with. You can't underestimate the great spirit God that created you and gave you everything you need to honor him and live a great life. Just release the free spirit inside of you. He gave you that potential power. Your job is to make it happen. All the psychobabble in the world can't touch this one piece of wisdom because it's the truth. All them steps, stages and strategies they're always coming up with fail because they have no unifying force behind them. It's impossible to live by them. You weren't made to be a robot following a bunch of disjointed rules. You're a human spirit living as a holistic consciousness. That special, good, comfortable feeling. I want to live as who I really am as opposed to some image I got brainwashed by. People in general are desperately looking for a special, good, comfortable feeling. They're looking for love in all the wrong places, getting into relationships with people they don't really love. They join religious churches, political parties, and New Age groups. They watch TV and become friends with the intimate strangers on the screen. They buy the stuff they see on TV commercials. They eat too many hot dogs, drink too much alcohol, do drugs, and take pills looking for something to fill them up right now. They talk too much about nothing in particular, use all kinds of cosmetics and anti-aging products, and have illusions that making more money and buying more material things will somehow give them a more comfortable, secure feeling. The problem is that these things all create transient feelings. All addictions come from the same thing. You're looking for a transient feeling to make you feel good right now. They can't sustain you day after day, forever. If you're in a relationship with somebody who's not a soulmate, you're always feeling some uncertainty in the back of your mind that the illusion of love will come crashing down at any time. In my own experiences in analyzing people I come across, I strongly intuitively sense that most are in less than soulmate relationships. There's only one way to live without falling apart at some point in time. Know who you are and live by it. Every morning I wake up alone, stuck in my head, known to none but me. If I honor myself today and every other day by releasing my natural energy to the best of my ability, because I'm doing the things I feel I was naturally born to do, I can't do better than that in my efforts to be noble, stay vital, and live a long life. I'm not sentimental about recapturing that special feeling I had at midnight mass on Christmas Eve a long time ago when I was a kid, feeling that I was a part of a united group of people all sharing our lives for the common good of each other. Now that I'm all grown up, I realize that you spend most of your time alone in your head. Everybody else spends most of their time alone in their heads. In the purest sense, all you got is you and a bunch of delusions about what society is. The purer you live by what is divine in you, and the less you buy into all the illusions that the world is trying to sell you and otherwise control you with, the better life you'll live. Don't buy into all those impossible ideals about living in service to others that religious, New Age, psychobabble leaders and other charlatans are trying to sell you. There are very few saints out there. The ones that are saintly are the ones in the trenches helping people with an attitude of, by the grace of God there go I. They're not the ones talking big on TV. It's easy to act saintly and noble when you're sitting pretty on TV with a well-rehearsed speech like some of them preachers and New Age gurus, but what do you do when no one is looking or your comfort level is pulled out from underneath you? The pursuit of pleasure and carnal hedonism are normal parts of human nature. Chaucer was laughing at the hypocrisy of the clergy and the other pillars of the community over 1,000 years ago in his Canterbury Tales. Despite the pretenses, nobody is above human nature. You can't just act like you're holier than your animal instincts by not acknowledging that they exist. You have to know what you like in the sensual primal sense, what you must control, and where the line is between pleasing yourself and doing something worthy with your life. This is more realistic than all those phonies I see preaching high-minded living, which are artificial values next to what's in your free spirit. Don't fall for anything out in the world. Listen to yourself. Your God gave you your own wisdom. That's all you need. There's no one sweeping moment of enlightenment that's gonna qualitatively change your life forever once you find it. You can have the most fascinating moment of enlightenment ever, but it will fade. People who claim to have had near-death experiences, seen ghosts, seen God, etc. lose the intense transformative euphoria after a few days. You can't sustain strong inspiration with memories. You have to live it every day. You're a loner living in your own head. We're all fellow travelers of humanity on planet Earth, but we're all alone with our own burdens, thoughts, and agendas. I've noticed that in virtually everything I've ever written, I always say the same thing over and over again. If we were really as loving and kind as we like to think we are, all the world's poverty, hunger, and lack of medical treatment would have been solved by now, but it isn't, which is why I have no illusions about the nature of man. That's why you'll never see me at some seminar given by a so-called New Age love guru or a preacher. I want to see their bank statement, a picture of their house and the cars they drive. If you want to be positive and share your love of your life with the rest of humanity, it's easy. Just live your life to honor who you feel you were born to be. Beyond that, don't take anyone too seriously, especially if they're talking God or psychobabble. The outside world should be mild scenery. It doesn't affect you. You don't care if they give you trophies or put you down. Your journey is in your head. You create it. It's not about what's going on out there. That's why I don't care about the news, pop culture, entertainment, politics, religion, New Age gurus, psychobabble, etc. All addictions come from the same cause. You feel empty inside. You want to feel better right now, so you get addicted to something to constantly give yourself transient pick-me-ups. It could be anything from chocolate to drugs, but they never work because the problem is one of the lost, bleeding, empty soul. This is the real mental illness of our modern society. It's a big money grab for the so-called mental health experts to pretend we have neatly defined organic mental illnesses beyond our control as individuals that they can clearly diagnose, then manage with drugs and therapy just like a physical medical illness. Life is much more primal than that. You create your own life, biochemistry, and state of being minute by what you do and how you think. Drugs or psychotherapy can't help a person's aesthetic spiritual sensibilities. That's why they don't work. That's why the mental health industry is largely a bust except for people who have real organic brain damage. That's why all those people on depression drugs going to regular therapy sessions are still depressed. The problem is usually that the individual has lost whatever inspiration, power, and beauty he or she might have had at one time, so they go into a permanent mourning for this lost vision of youth and beauty. The path to the greatest life possible is to release the natural energy you feel within yourself when you wake up every morning to match or exceed an intuitive, inherent standard you should feel within yourself of who you want to be and how you want to live. The act of purging your natural inspired, sensual and loving energy makes you feel euphoric and transcendent for about a day, then you have to purge it all over again to regenerate the inspirited sensibility within yourself. If you don't purge this natural energy, it builds up inside of you, weighing your spirit down little by little, day by day, until you've totally betrayed your true nature and are now a shell of the youth, power, beauty, and freedom you probably had when you were 23 years old. If you read about King Solomon ranting about his sad life in the book of Ecclesiastes in the Jewish Torah or Christian Bible, you should immediately see that he lost his vital spark by not purging his natural energy on a regular basis. He did not know that this is the key to the greatest life possible. All his money, concubines, palaces, treasures, and even his wisdom couldn't help him, so he cursed life as an aging man with a lost soul. We have this guy who was praised as the richest, wisest man of his day, but he lost his sense of inspired vitality, which meant he lost the most important thing in life, to feel good about yourself through what you do and how you live. If you release the natural energy in your free spirit every day, you end up feeling good virtually all the time. If you don't and you lose a sense of this vital spark within yourself, you have virtually nothing in life that means anything. Tough and inspired, forgotten ideals. Tough, inspired people have sparkling souls. The purpose of life for an enlightened free spirit is to release all the natural energy in your essence as a human being. Enlightenment is to know you have an inherent standard that you have to honor by releasing your natural energy every day. The hard part is being tough and inspired enough to do it, especially in the face of all the brainwashing forces and frivolous distractions out there. When I purged most of my natural energy, I've honored both myself and my Creator for that one day. I'm being the person my Creator made me to be. That's the highest way I can possibly live in life, to follow my true nature. If I do this every day for the rest of my life, I'll always be in harmony with myself. I'll feel as good, strong, youthful, and vital as I possibly can. People who don't live by free spiritism build up a store of this unused energy within themselves. The unused energy represents self-betrayal because they're not following their true natures. When a certain amount of unused energy builds up inside of them, they've lost whatever might have been strong, beautiful, free, vital, and youthful inside of them at one time. On any given day, if I release most of the natural energy inside of me, I feel good. If I don't release it, I feel anywhere from average and mundane to miserable and depressed. Releasing one's natural energy is only possible by doing an activity that you naturally, intuitively feel comes from your free spirit. If you do activities that don't originate from your free spirit but come from the brainwash of the world, like most jobs and academic disciplines at college, that's not releasing life force inspired energy that makes you feel high on life. It does about as much for your soul as sitting around watching TV does. In the long run, releasing or not releasing your natural energy on any given day will not make much of a difference in your life. It's what you do on the thousands and thousands of days that make up your life. I release my God-given natural energy every single day of my life. I cannot go one day without making at least an average effort to honor the power in my free spirit given to me by God, but before I became enlightened, I would go 2, 3, or even more days without releasing my natural energy. After the first day or two, I would start to feel average and mundane. After 4 days, I would feel that I was betraying myself by not releasing this natural energy I was born to express. The inner disharmony would kick in. After 7 days I would start to feel miserable. It's normal for a lot of people to never release the natural energy in their free spirits. These people have no life in the transcendent sense. They have their TVs, their cars, and their junk food, but none of this stuff touches the quality of life a person gets through living by their free spirit. Of course, nobody ever admits to feeling mundane and average or miserable unless they're that desperate that they go to a professional psychobabblist, but I can generally tell who's got a well-worked vital spark and who's eating hot dogs and drinking beer for their thrills. When I was neglecting the natural energy inside of me, the only way to snap out of it was to find my way back to the standard in my soul by working my ass off to get that light springy feeling in my step again. The only way I could do it was by purging all that energy inside of me. It's not about drugs or psychotherapy for depression. Some depression originates from a traumatic event, but we were created to get over things and move on. All prolonged depression originates from the same cause: you do not release your natural energy for prolonged periods of time. A death, divorce, or serious illness might trigger the depression, but you sustain it by sitting on your ass doing nothing. First you feel mundane, then you feel miserable because you're betraying your true nature even though you don't know that this is what's causing your sadness. All this unused energy inside of you makes you mourn for your lost self. You lost whatever might have been strong, beautiful, noble, and free about you at one time, so you feel sad and sit around even more, sorrow for yourself. This is the real reason why all these guys who are successful by society's standards but look like unattractive, unappealing, overweight middle-aged duds are depressed. They lost their youthful spark. All that stuff from the outside world is not enough for happiness. They lost the connection to what really matters in life, which is to be strongly connected to their own free spirits by releasing their natural energy with intensity and love for the process every day. It's about feeling physically, creatively, and sensually free and vital without shame or repression, which most men my age can't do because of some societal status block or mental block within themselves. They keep it all in because that's what they were brought up to do: be a good old boy hard-working clone for the man, then fulfill the macho stereotype of pretending that you think professional sports are exciting while you drink beer with your homies. Virtually all of them are deadheads buying into one illusion from the world or another, but none of them has any primal magnetism or raw vitality left inside of them if they ever had it in the first place. Drinking with the boys at the country club after a round of golf doesn't count for a vital lifestyle. It's the brainwashed view of the middle-aged, successful dud. It's not intense enough, like spirits on high, go in for it for the fun of it. It's like the Rolling Stones say, can't get no satisfaction out of generic stuff like that. You gotta do something where at the end of it you either say that was really tough, I'm glad I did it, or you say I feel good like I just blew my load of primal noble aesthetic inspired power. Unless you can do something really intense for a while to clean the cobwebs out of your brain and make you feel a free, euphoric release of your free spirit, you lost the game of life, because this is what really matters. If you never reach the state of consciousness and are not aware of it, what do you really got that means anything besides a cruise comfort dull life? If you want to be enlightened and free, follow your free spirit by making a worthy effort to release a good dose of your naturally inspired sensual loving energy every single day of your life. If you don't, you'll end up like all those pasty-faced, pudgy, pacified system bureaucrats wearing gray flannel suits thinking they got something that you can see on any given day virtually anywhere, people acting like system pillars. They think they're doing something, but their free spirits are fading away one day at a time. Human nature and the brainwash of the world. We are what we are, and that's just the way it is. You can try to fake it all you want and pretend you're above it, but you don't fool me for one. I realize that within human nature, there are some highly negative things like aggression, anger, jealousy, greed, power, domination, violence, self-centeredness, territoriality, and even sexuality if we try to impose it onto others who don't want to deal with it. We have to control these things at the very least in order to stay out of jail. With free spiritism, I believe that everything I think is good, even the negative and primal sensual parts, because it's who I really am. That's what being free is. It's just that your rights stop where other people's rights start. I have the right to think my violent and sexual thoughts in order to explore who I am, but not to impose them on other people. I'm both noble and primal. The only rule is don't hurt other people, animals, or nature in general. The problem of living a full life starts when your natural free spirit gets invaded by the ideas and ideologies from the outside world. We're fine if we follow our free spirits, but the world comes in and wants you to compete with other people in the illusory pecking order. They say capitalism is good, to exploit anything in order to get what you can for yourself, even if it's much more than you need. Compete with everybody to win, to stand on some illusory pedestal as number one. Then they got artificial standards of status and keeping up with the Joneses. And what about pop culture, entertainment, religion, New Age ideologies, and all that liberal arts psychobabble philosophy stuff they created? Who's anyone to say that's the real, official, formal knowledge of the world, and you're supposed to be the good, little clone who follows it? That's what they did to me from grade school all the way to college. It was only then that I started to figure my life out by questioning everything I was brought up to believe in, because it didn't make me happy. I was a caricature of a yuppie with no discernible free spirit of my own. You're born with a pure, free spirit. The objective of life is to manifest whatever your creator put into it, such that when you get to the end, it's still pure and free and much stronger than when you were born, because you worked it and expressed it to the best of your ability. Your only job in life is to connect with whatever is pure and free within you by constantly releasing your natural talents, energies, and potential, while not getting sucked into the huge capitalist pop culture idolatry we, the human race, have created for ourselves. To be free and enlightened means you know everybody spewing off some liberal arts, psychobabble, religious, New Age, philosophical diatribe is full of crap next to your own free, pure thoughts. You're not impressed nor intimidated by the so-called formal bastions of knowledge acting like they got the goods on wisdom in life, nor anyone with a title like guru, yogi, enlightened master, prophet, saint, professor, in a humanities subject, reverend, father, minister, king, queen, life expert, philosopher, life coach, psychologist, or psychiatrist. You know you are your own highest wisdom because the creator of the universe made you that way, to intuitively figure your life out on your own without interference from the world. You don't need to go outside of yourself to know who you are, even though the massive sales machine wants you to think you do in order to sell you useless stuff. You don't need to try to fill up your lost, confused soul. You don't have to be indoctrinated or in awe that anyone else on the planet knows something more about life than you do because they studied at some prestigious institution, hype themselves up on TV talk shows and infomercials, or have some advanced title in some esoteric-sounding discipline or field of study. You don't buy into any paradigms the world system has created, all the way from politics to religion to the cult of celebrity surrounding the pop culture entertainment industry. Your life is meant to be fun and fulfilling for you. Do what you want to make you happy and feel good, not what other people have defined happiness, fun, and success to be. If you buy into anyone else's or any institution's ideas, you're denying yourself your own original thoughts. That's the biggest tragedy in the postmodern, technologically advanced world, where we're not constantly worried about getting enough food to survive. You sell your soul there by giving up your true identity to buy into some false idol from the world that can't sustain you day after day. Driving an expensive car might make you feel like cock of the walk for a day or two, but you need more than food, clothing, and material goods to inspire you and make you feel good. Being famous or recognized by others is not enough, because it's just transient praise from people who are more interested in their own lives than yours. They don't live in your head. They don't know how to make you feel good day after day, forever. At least half the battle to be free and enlightened is to know all the world's knowledge in the liberal arts, humanities, New Age, psychobabble, pop culture entertainment subjects doesn't mean much next to you contemplating your life on your own to come to your own conclusions away from all the indoctrinating forces in the world. You can use anything you want from out there to help you find your way, live a better life and amuse you, but if you join anything or buy into anything without first examining yourself as an individual, you lose the game of life, which is to be free and enlightened. Many of us buy into the rules, steps, stages, propaganda, and formulas for success and happiness fed to us by entities outside of ourselves, thereby sacrificing the pursuit of living to honor the inherent standards that exist in each of us as individuals. Often, we do this unwittingly. It's not that we're purposely trying to live limited lives according to other people's so-called wisdom and paradigms. It's just that many of us are so massively brainwashed by the institutions, people, and media around us that we never stop to question any of it. We just go along, assuming this is how life works, so we follow it. The truth is that you are a pure entity with your own inherent blueprint for life and your own inherent standard of how you should live, but a lot of people never discover this. Your only rules are to earn enough money to pay your way and don't hurt other people, animals, or nature. After that, your life is yours. Chapter 3. What's so great about being alive right now? What's great about life? 1. The secret to all things is passion. With passion, all things are possible. You need the drive to get to the absolute bottom of everything and strip away every lie until there is nothing left but your naked truth, your true nature. On one side you have the truth of who you are. If you live by it, you'll be in harmony with yourself. If you don't, at some point in time, you will lose hold of who you really are. This causes emptiness. Is your life about being entertained or doing something? Which is more interesting to you, your life or pop culture entertainment? Is it about discovering who you are and living by it, or about being a generic person buying into all that mass media stuff they're constantly bombing at you? How much time do you spend actively doing original, inspiring things versus time spent watching TV, playing computer games, reading comic books or romance novels? This is precisely why we have a great spiritual aesthetic famine in modern Western society. Every day, no matter what, I live to answer to my identity regardless of what else I do. I intuitively know that I have to work out and stimulate my mind creatively and intellectually to feel like I've honored the force inside of me that God, the great creator, gave me. If I don't do this, I feel like I'm committing the greatest sin of life, not being who I was created to be. It makes me feel like a wimp, which is why I can't remember one single day in the past 20 years when I have betrayed myself. I always honor who I was born with the power to be every single day of my life, even when I get drunk and stoned the night before, which I do semi-regularly because it's part of my idea of a great, glorious life. I still wake up the next day and get on it. I see self-betrayal as the great human tragedy in modern Western societies where people aren't constantly worried about basic survival, but the funny thing is that nobody talks about it or acknowledges it. It's kinda like we gloss over the fact that we degenerate into overweight, pasty-faced, mundane, middle-aged boring people who sit around being passively entertained by pop culture entertainment. The mass media has a vested interest into pushing us to be dull, eternal passive spectator consumers because they get to sell their advertising for big bucks. The more people sit around absorbing it, buying the stuff in the ads. If you don't believe me, look around. Who looks like they're living to be vital, original, pure, and free, and who looks like a generic clone, especially after the age of 30 when the grace of youth is gone? You can intuitively tell by looking at people who has true joy and who doesn't. It's not advanced psychobabble or rocket science. There's no such thing as advanced psychobabble. It's a big fraud geared to suck weak people into thinking there's some deep reason or an organic defect that causes their unhappiness, but in a vast majority of cases, the root cause is always that they betrayed their true natures and now they're mourning it even though they're not aware of it. But it's as plain as day to me. I see it everywhere. Modern society is made up of a bunch of wimps who did not have the guts to follow their true natures. The glitter of pop culture fantasies don't help either. It's all marketed as the great life somewhere over the rainbow in Magicland, Hollywood, Tinseltown, Beverly Hills, some imaginary cool place where a bunch of celebrities and elitist people are friends, hanging out with each other, within your realm of possibility. If you buy into it, try to imitate it and buy the products advertised in the TV commercials. It's all a big lie to fool people into thinking there is some in crowd somewhere, some high-status socio-economic sector of society that you have to try to get into if you're to be considered a winner. This is all indoctrination. I don't care what other people think of me or say about me. It's none of my business, as Mark Twain once said. The big fallacy is this idea that there's a united group of people anywhere. People pretend that they belong to some illusory in-crowd in their local area. A lot of people at church, in political parties, in the military, at a big company, at a school, etc. like to think they're part of a group of like-minded, kindred spirit individuals, but we're all a bunch of loners stuck in our own heads with our own unique journeys of life. By nature, you're alone thinking your own thoughts most of the time. That should make you accountable to yourself, but many people fill up that space with the artificial values of the world, food, fashion, and pop culture entertainment. The best thing I can tell you from the bottom of my heart is don't be fooled by all the status games and capitalist thinking out there. Your life is lived in your head and in your essence. If you really want to feel like a tough, happy, worthy dude or dame every day, you have to purge all that natural energy inside of you. I always know what I must do next because it's who I am. There's no questioning it and being a wimp. People say they get bored. It tells me they have not discovered their true identities, because if you know it, you will never be bored. I have no other interests. I don't care about all that junk from the world like video games, music videos, sitcoms, fashion, Twitter, etc. I answer to my inner standard or soul every day. It's the greatest way to live. I'm in harmony with my free spirit. If you're not accountable to your free spirit, you have no real life. It's all meaningless until you know who you are and live by it, because it's all you ever really are or have, your mind, your body, and the spirit flowing through it. That's how you go through life. You're not your job description, your car, or the size of your house. You are those thoughts always going through your brain that come from your essence and the action you take on them, or, as in the case of most people, don't take on them. Not following these thoughts from your inner sense of purity always leads to disharmony, misery, then depression. What's great about life? 2. Eliminate unnecessary things. Your life is what you do every moment. It's nothing else. That's why Buddhists say detach yourself from all the illusions you live by. You just have what you do right now. Pop culture entertainment is for the wimps of the world. If you want to waste your life passively watching a screen, go ahead. It's not all bad. I sometimes dance around like a drunken fool listening to music, but at least I'm in motion doing something aesthetically and physically healthy. I'm just not sitting there, absorbing other people's stupid ideas, making them rich by being a passive consumer, spectator, sucker, plebe. Why do I see a bunch of overweight kids out there trying to act like cool people in music videos? They'll grow up to be pacified consumers. This is the real tragedy of the human race in modern times that nobody wants to acknowledge, because it would be like looking in the mirror seeing someone other than who you dreamed of becoming as a young kid, full of free thoughts and infinite possibilities. I'm not talking brainwash reality kinda like I wanna be a lawyer like my dad, or because of that cool lawyer on the TV show. I'm talking the free you without society's constraints, bohemian, lusty, luscious, noble, creating your life as you live it. There's an inherent need to release my spirit all the time. I must do it. Not doing it is spiritual death. It's like your favorite song. You're running and dancing along with it. It's a flow of energy. You don't want it to end. At heart, everybody wants to be the same thing, a vital, physically strong, free-spirited, beautiful, creatively inspired, loving, happy individual enjoying their lives in their own way. By 40 years old, most people are very far away from this great human archetype, buying into one delusion or another. That's what went wrong in postmodern Western society. That's why we're hollow people regardless of our great material wealth. We work jobs that are artificial to our true natures, then watch somebody else's fantasies on TV and think this is a happy, successful life. The joke's on you, sucker. What's great about life? 3. Why did man, through thousands of years, wherever he built scientific, philosophic, or religious systems, go astray with such persistence and with such catastrophic consequences? Wilhelm Reich. After all the living you do out into the world looking for action, cool people, love, fun, intensity, inspiration, happiness, peace, enlightenment, euphoria, and transcendence, you're still the same you. Your soul is a fixed entity. You have one true, unbreakable pure spirit or essence inside of you that you were born with, untouched by the brainwash of the world. I earn my self-respect and sense of well-being through what I do every day. Life is all in the moment. Your social status, power at work, material worth and your relationships with others are all minor next to how much you honor your natural, inherent standard every day by being true to yourself. Self-accountability is the only way to always feel pretty good about yourself. To me, it's the biggest, most underrated reason why so many people feel empty even after they get all the material stuff and career accolades from the world. As far as I'm concerned, this one factor alone separates the winners of life from the losers. Do you have your own sense of self-accountability that forces you to do things every day to earn your sense of self-respect and well-being as opposed to having no pressing need to do anything? One is purposeful. The other is aimless. If you feel that you have a purpose, you wake up every day ready to do something. If you don't, life is reduced to nothingness. You become a passive consumer spectator to fill the void. This is the bottom line, great secret or answer to life for all people not constantly worrying about basic survival. The greatness of your life is determined by how much of the natural energy in your soul you purge day after day. I'm willing to publicly debate any psychobabbist, self-help expert, life coach or new age guru who thinks they're closer to the pure, free truth of the human condition than me. I won't get any takers because anyone with a brain knows I'm right. You can't make stupid general statements like love will conquer all, the universe will give you what you want if you have good intentions, God will give you what you want if you accept Him as your Savior and follow His word, set some goals, work on them and expect that this is good enough to lead people to enlightenment. People spend most of their time alone in their heads. All the psychobabble in the world won't help someone who's feeling down and out on a Thursday night. They have to tap into the natural feelings and thoughts inside them and express them to earn their self-respect and euphoric moods. A long time ago the Hare Krishnas told me to do this chant all day long and it would free me from life, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. I was so naive that I tried it for about 3 days. I think that was my beginning to realize everybody was full of crap. If I was to find the answers to life it would have to be by exploring what was inside of me. Your thoughts are known to no one but you. They determine your actions. The net result of all your thoughts and actions are imprinted on your face and body for all the world to see what you're really all about after the bull, the status, the clothes, etc. That's why I can tell who's got that elusive lust for life and who doesn't despite what fronts they put on. The coolest, most enlightened, free people anywhere are the ones who are inspired enough to release most of their natural energy every day. It's tough to do it day after day, to try to match some inner standard within yourself to become the person you feel you were born to be, one day at a time. All you have to do is release most of that potential energy that was inside of you when you woke up in the morning. How many people do this? There's your answer to living a great life if you want it. Most people don't live to feel good about who they create themselves to be. They prefer some psychobabble quick fix self-help bull that doesn't work, like keep smiling, think positive thoughts, have good intentions. If you watch the smilin' preacher on TV every week on bet, he's like a broken record. Stay up, strong and positive because the power of God will help you get what you want. This is as stupid the phony new age secret. They're all nuts, all of them, and they're all trying to sell you something. You're a fool for buying into it. Even the most practical quick fix solution to life, which is to get some goals and work on them day by day, fails because it's a mechanical, robotic, one-dimensional, capitalist way to think. It takes all the fun out of it. It sounds pretty boring, Working on your goals. A great life is a flow of beauty, love, lust, and intensity, not some paper chase to reach some illusory position in the socio-economic hierarchy. Virtually every day of my life, I'm inspired, tough and sensuous enough to blow off all that natural energy inside of me. It's not rocket science to know why I feel good pretty well all the time, but it's not always easy. I have some hard days where I don't feel like getting out of bed, but I do and start moving, then I feel better as I get into the flow. Pop culture entertainment turns people into silly putty. It sets them up to think that somewhere something really cool is going on, not right here, right now, you creating your life as you live it. The mass media, the soap operas, music videos, the romance novels, movies, sitcoms, computer games, professional sports, the mainstream news, political commentary, etc., is selling you a fantasy in order to give you a comfortable, cozy feeling. The problem is that the greatest movie or the greatest novel in the world doesn't do anything for you. It's just transient amusement that lasts a few minutes, then it's gone. It can't make you feel euphoric, inspired, or enlighten you. You have to do these things through your own effort. What's great about life? 4. One thing alone is certain, that man's slavery grows and increases. Man is becoming a willing slave. He no longer needs chains. He begins to grow fond of his slavery, to be proud of it. And this is the most terrible thing that can happen to a man. Gurdjieff. Being a constant spectator might make you feel pacified and envious, such that you buy into pop culture delusions of happiness and success, but there's still that little pure peace inside of you that you either live by or you don't. If you don't, it doesn't matter what else you do or how many trophies the world gives you. You'll never be happy. This is the real secret of life. There is no New Age law of attraction where your happiness depends on what you attract from outside of you. It's you alone fulfilling the potential of the genetic seed inside of you. You don't attract anything to you by some fake New Age law of attraction, the implication being that something out there will give you what you want because of some alleged power in the universe that is rewarding you for your good intentions. What about all the starving artists and poor, hungry, exploited innocent victims of life? Most of them have great intentions. It's funny to me why Socrates, Jesus, Galileo, Copernicus, JFK, his brother Bobby, John Lennon, Martin Luther King, Abe Lincoln, Gandhi, and Joan of Arc among others got sacked for trying to do good. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Everybody thinks they're great, noble people. So what? It's a huge lie that millions of people fell for by buying them cute, hyped up New Agey type books because, like John F. Kennedy said, it's not what the world or your country can do for you, it's about what you yourself do. They're still selling it all the way from the old guy on PBS to the chicken soup for the soul people, and all the clones line up behind them with their cutesy articles in frivolous magazines. I even saw one where a medical doctor included a page on the law of attraction in his book. That should be sacrilegious to a man of science. Supposedly some force in the universe gives you what you want because you're so fabulous. It's a great fairy tale to sell books to a pop culture society brainwashed by all the fantasies on TV, but it fails because it's a passive approach to life, you waiting for some magic to create events such that someone gives you something just because your heart is supposedly in the right place. Everybody thinks they got a great heart, yet there is much more exploitation, greed, and sadness in the world than a happy, caring, sharing family of humanity, so get real for real. You are the only instrument of your destiny. You create your life minute by minute through what you think and do. There's nothing in the universal karma ensuring you will get your just due. It's just you and the thoughts and ideas your creator, either God or nature, put into you. You create your life as you live it every single day. Everything else is random. Sometimes good things happen, sometimes crap happens. If you release most of the natural energy in your free spirit all the time, you will get the maximal reward you can possibly get through the part of your life that you can control, but there is no rhyme nor reason for why things beyond your control happen or why they don't. You could get lucky or suffer a tragedy. The New Age con artists have the perfect answer when you don't seem to be attracting what you want. They say your intentions aren't pure enough. Do all the people in the world who are starving, lost their homes through foreclosure, got a disease or lost their jobs have bad or less than pure intentions? Bad things happen to good people and great things happen to bad people. The positive power flakes can't seem to explain it. It's modern fraud. When old man Dyer got on his PBS show and said some butterfly was the soul of his dead friend, I couldn't understand why I didn't see anybody roll in their eyes. Are there still that many stupid people in modern society? The only way you can possibly live greatly and love greatly is to first have vitality and power in your own life. Then if you want love, find a spouse who is enlightened enough to be like this, after which you can raise your kids to reach their full natural potentials in the beautiful haven you create unpolluted by the world. But even this is brainwash, the idea that you have to be in a monogamous relationship and raise children in order to be happy. I paint a much more lurid tale in my love and sex book. What's great about life? 5. Love is nice, but hot passionate love fades, and besides, in the course of every day, I spend less than an hour being affectionate with my intimates. It's nice when I'm with them, but they have their own agendas, and quite often, it doesn't include me. They have to be free to live their lives, and I have to be free to do what I want without smothering each other or imposing ourselves on each other. The best way is to give them a wide berth and be open and friendly when I'm with them at the end of the day. Sex is great, but even the biggest sex addict on the planet can only shoot off a limited number of missiles a day due to physiological limitations. Besides, sex all the time is not enough. You still have to do something to give yourself a spiritual aesthetic orgasm. It's kinda like riding your life, feeling like you're in a groove or a flow of beautiful sensations for hours at a time. Drugs, pills, and alcohol are great for a transient buzz, but if you do them all the time, they burn out your neurotransmitters and you get depressed. Then all the drugs and booze in the world can't help you feel good. Let's say you got lots of money. You buy a big house, a big car, a jet, trendy clothes, etc. You travel around the world as a jet setter, attending a bunch of social functions because you're now a high-status person on the A-list of high society people. People think you're a big shot. You can buy all the sex, drugs, chocolate, pizza, cars, clothes, CDs, romance novels, and alcohol you want. Is that gonna keep you going for the rest of your life, or will you turn to jelly and start hating yourself for becoming such a little wimp? Everybody's got the little voice inside that tells them when they are and are not honoring who they were born with the potential to be. I feel it every day. I live by my inner standard. That's why I developed free spiritism. It's the only thing that works because it's natural and inherent. You're born with a true nature. If you want to be happy in the transcendent sense, you have to be accountable to who you really are by releasing your natural energy with an intense love for the process every day to match a certain standard inside of you of what is noble, worthy, righteous, pleasurable, loving, and feels right for you. There's nothing else, not God, psychobabble, junk food, pop culture entertainment, professional sports, career success, high socioeconomic status, etc. It's all society's brainwash. The real winners of life live to match the inner standard of the strong, beautiful paradise in their minds. Happiness doesn't just happen because you achieve career success, make lots of money, or find the love of your life. If you don't release your natural energy every day, you first go down into a headspace of generic mundanity. Then if you keep neglecting it, you lose the natural power in your soul and sink further into self-betrayal and depression. I know because I lived through it once. It was enough to teach me how to never sink that low again. It's not rocket science. Active people who tap into their true natures are the only people who feel good to great all the time. People who work a job or study something in school they don't really like, follow artificial values, then sit around passively absorbing pop culture entertainment, eating junk food, feel self-betrayal at some point in time, which spirals in on them the more they sit there. Your happiness can be measured by how much vital spark you got as the result of releasing your natural energy to keep you feeling strong, light, euphoric, light-hearted and free. That's why false bravado doesn't work. All that positive power garbage in infomercials and on religious TV shows mean nothing. You can listen to those tapes all you want. They ain't gonna do nothing for you. It's just you, your purity as a human being and how much you express it. Honor it by intensely releasing your inspired natural energy, or be another one of the generic, huddled masses with their pop culture, new age delusions. What's great about life? 6. Are human beings selfish, overweight, passive spectator consumers, or noble, natural, strong and inspired? Look in the mirror. Most people do not live at transcendence attained through the constant release of one's natural inspired energy because they're wimps. They don't have the guts to follow what they feel is right. Generic and average to depression is the normal way most people go through life. There are very few people feeling a euphoric kind of joy all the time, like life's a ride and I'm cruising along for the fun of it. 4 major things get in the way of individuals becoming who they really want to be. 1. Brainwash from the world gives us definitions of happiness and success not inherent to who we really are. These are the artificial values of the world. Many more people follow these artificial values than follow their true natures. 2. Human weakness. Although I have yet to meet any one individual who blames his or her depression, mundanity, or otherwise miserable generic life on the fact that they were too weak to do what they really felt, Western society is the land of passive spectator consumer clones who don't have the intestinal fortitude to do what they really want, then they blame it on something else other than good old-fashioned sloth, gluttony, greed, and weakness like other people, injury, bad luck, a tragedy, an accident, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Something in the past was so horrible that an individual never recovered emotionally. Lack of opportunity, or the big one nowadays championed by the capitalist mental health industry, is to blame it on an organic defect in the brain, so you'll have to use mental health drugs and go to therapy for the rest of your life, which is a big lie because the vast majority of us create our own biochemistry through how we live and what we do. Very few people have inherent organic defects they can't do anything about. It's much easier to get an average job or even a so-called professional career, do your time at work, then buy stuff at the mall you don't need, go home, eat good tasting food and watch something passively on a screen. People wonder why they feel tired and there's no spark in their lives. It's the way they live, how they think, what they do. You're betraying yourself if you do a job just for the economic security. The purpose of life should be about discovering what you really love to do, then do it. If there is a job or profession out there that really turns your crank, that's great, but if there isn't and you want to live a great life, you have to figure out a way to earn a living through what you love to do anyway. 3. A lot of people are lazy. They prefer the path of least resistance, then get used to comfortable couch potato lives after a while. The only problem with this is that you have no self-respect. 4. A lot of people in the world do not have the opportunity or the freedom to do what they want. Most of us in the West are not so poor that everything we do is focused on getting the basics to live. Politically speaking, we don't live in repressive regimes. We can do whatever we want as long as we don't bother other people. This is not possible in many places. Your free spirit, your total purity without brainwash, is a really cool, strong, powerful, beautiful, lusty place within your state of being. Think of a ball of light in the center of your being that represents your essence as a human being. My life is all about releasing the energy in my free spirit. I don't care about the status hierarchy of the world, I don't care about my so-called image or what other people think of me. The pursuit of money is great for financial security, but I don't need more than to live in basic comfort. The prize of life for me is in what I do every day. If I release a certain amount of my natural energy, I enter that zone of euphoric aesthetics where I'm feeling good because I'm right in my life the way I was born to. It's like dancing with the flow. I try to capture the feeling of running with it. On some days, at the end of it, because I'm tired and worn out, I can capture a buzz quickly from a few beer, a few tokes or snorts of mind-altering substances. It feels great, like the fullest, Greatest day you could possibly live. What else could possibly match this? I can't imagine anything from the manufactured world of pop culture entertainment that can give you a great feeling by just sitting there watching something as opposed to doing it yourself. The psychobablists are big on analyzing your supposed terrible past. They seem to think everybody had a troubled childhood. The self-help infomercial types say get some goals and work on them like a robot, while the New Agers say you give off vibes and the universe sends those vibes back to you multiplied. An enlightened free spirit looks at them all, laughs contemptuously and keeps living for life as a great experience of finite time. The reason I don't like all the phonies claiming to be the certified wise, advanced people of our society because they have the job title of psychiatrist, psychologist, or something like that is because they're a bunch of clones hiding behind their shield of psychobabble bull. If they were really cool, free and enlightened, they'd go off and live their lives as an original, free adventure of time, but they sit there buying into some crap, pretending they know something about how to live greatly. Find the answers to life in your free spirit, not in somebody else's life or in all the self-help new age religious inspirational psychobabble for sale out there. Do what you love, figure out a way to earn a living at it, then dance freely at whatever your version of fun is. Don't let anything interfere with your purity as an individual human being. Only the few free, enlightened people know they have to honor themselves every day by releasing a good dose of the natural energy inside of them. Everybody else is at a mundane level or lower into misery because they're betraying themselves by not releasing this energy, plus the fact that a lot of people measure their happiness by comparing themselves to the mainstream ideology of happiness. What's great about life? 7. Excess weight is an outward manifestation of inner self-betrayal. We're at a 70% overweight level, so the self-betrayal is massive, but you never hear anybody talk about it because most of us do not clearly understand inner harmony and self-betrayal. We know something is off, but we don't know exactly what it is. Anybody who is truly wise, enlightened and free lives their lives as free individuals by what they intuitively feel within themselves. They don't buy into psychobabble, religion, patriotism, capitalism, etc. It's simple. You either honor yourself every day through what you do or you're betraying yourself. The challenge of life is to stay pure by releasing your natural inspired energy all the time to keep a strong hold of who you want to be. Despite this so-called advanced, modern world we live in, there's nothing new under the sun in the experience of a human life across the lifespan. The only possible way to live greatly is to set your spirit soaring on high every day through what you do. That's it. It hasn't changed since Icarus flew too close to the sun or Prometheus gave humanity fire in the land of mythology, which caused him great pain, but he had to do it because it was the call of his soul. The higher reaches of the human experience have always been the same: intense exertion, inspiration, trying to outdo our limits, and the pursuit of euphoric sensations as with love, sex, hedonism, and altered states of consciousness. The pursuit of political control, power over others, status, fame, and material wealth are low-level ventures next to this because they don't address the naked essence in a person's soul. They are artificial values created by the world system superimposed over who we really are in our free spirits. Free spiritism can be very helpful to humanity because the intensely inspired among us are so absorbed with what they love to do that they have created, discovered, and invented most of the ideas, products and great works of art that define man's progress as a civilization. The problem is that we have created a society that does a great job indoctrinating most people to follow the definitions of success and happiness put forth by the capitalist, pop culture system at the expense of following our true natures, what's really in our souls. This has spawned a lot of wasted human potential. What's great about life? 8. My life is about riding my spirit to feel my body, mind, and soul reach a high, euphoric state every day. I measure things by what kind of effect they have on my spirit. If they do nothing for my spirit or try to dampen it, I don't want to do them, and most of the time I don't, even though I realize I have to live in the real world of practical needs. If they make my spirit feel strong, high, free, and good, I do them. I live to release what's in my free spirit. That's enlightenment to me, to realize the only way to live a happy life in the transcendent sense is to release the natural energy flowing through my veins all the time. Society has all kinds of groups, organizations, clubs, nations, religions, ideologies, ideas, socioeconomic status levels, professional sports teams and political parties you can belong to. On top of that, the marketing machine is trying to get you to buy into its images of what is cool, trendy, and high status because it wants you to keep buying products in order to think in your mind that you're a part of these fake, manufactured elite tribes of humanity they've created. When I was a young kid, I volunteered to help out with a rally at a supposed, left-wing, cool political party, but I saw the same power games there as anywhere. The guys were trying to act like idealistic people high up in the hierarchy to attract the good-looking chicks in the bunch. Then when I was a junior naval officer and our ship pulled into ports all around the world, I attended a bunch of high society social functions where I learned that there's no in crowd of special, elite people anywhere. It's all outer image and the perceptions of others who buy into it. When I talked to the supposed high and mighty people, I realized that they had no special connections among each other as the elite in crowd. We're all a bunch of loners stuck in our own heads. There's no real strong connections, intimacy, and empathy among any group of people. It's too bad, but that's what humanity is really about. Even the closest among us are universes apart. They brainwash all of us to look for a perfect soulmate connection that will last forever, but even though I'm with people I consider close and intimate, all my relations are tentative. I live in the moment. I accept anyone for how they present themselves to me right now because I know how fickle, moody, and emotional loads of people are. People will turn on you in a second if they think you're disrespecting them. It's the nature of the human beast. What about jealousy? Somebody is always playing the one-upmanship game. They always have to let you know that they think they're better than you. I've been in altruistic groups looking for something. I've been in different church groups, left-wing political groups and non-profits. There are some sincerely good people there, but most are in the middle, engaging in that games people play gossip you see everywhere. They live by their emotions as opposed to the code we're supposed to follow as part of the altruistic group there to help humanity. The truth is that most people join these groups for social reasons, not because they have a burning desire to help their fellow man. It's the same old inner politics as anywhere. People jostle for position, trying to be the most popular or allying with the most powerful people in the in crowd, and there's the sexual tension like who wants to be with who. That's human nature. There's no brotherhood of people anytime you get more than 3 people involved. It always comes down to favorites. Everybody forms in their little groups and they often start to fight with the other groups. I remember watching MTV's Real World in the 1990s. They always ended up fighting at the end. I watched it to prove my hypothesis that they would always break up into little groups and start fighting, just like William Golding's Lord of the Flies. Every individual lives in his own fantasy world in his or her mind. The weakest ones among us try to pretend we belong to some elitist group in our neck of the woods, and we try to conform to the images of coolness and high status the capitalist marketers try to sell us. It's like in high school or college. You can supposedly divide the students into about 6 or so groups. The nerds, geeks, jocks, popular crowd, the brains, the hip-hop bunch, the country crowd, the goth crowd, the hippie druggies, etc. If you go around talking to a bunch of people who supposedly belong to all these different groups, you'll soon discover they're all loner individuals stuck in their own heads with their own delusions, insecurities, hopes and dreams, most of which no one else knows, and most people don't really want to know because they're too busy with their own delusions and ideas about their own lives, even though they're all putting forth some kind of outer image about themselves about belonging to some illusory in crowd. I've been to the New Year's parties, then the levees the next morning with the supposed elite members of society in my neck of the woods. At that point in time, in my youth, I was playing the game of the world. I was trying to find my place in it as a cool, high status dude until I realized everybody's a loner by design. Some people are trying to play image, status games to try to appear elite and advance to other people, but every morning when any person wakes up, those immediate thoughts and feelings are who they really are until they put on their face for the world. I discovered enlightenment when I realized I don't care about any of that stuff. It's got nothing to do with the purity inside of me. I have my own thoughts, delusions, ideas, fantasies, hopes and dreams, plus I have an inner sense of accountability that runs my life. It tells me I have to spend 75% to 95% of every day releasing my natural inspired energy because this is what makes me feel strong, vital, and good. To not do this would be self-betrayal, the biggest, unsung tragedy in the modern Western world. After this, I spend some time pursuing the two other things that are important to me, sensual hedonism and love/affection. I meet most of my practical needs through earning money through my inspired pursuits. I spend as little time as possible shopping for groceries, paying bills, going to the doctor, mowing the lawn, decorating my house with home decor, etc., because these things mean nothing to me next to releasing the energy in my free spirit every day. There's you in your own purity as a human being given to you by your God, and the game of the world manufactured by the mass media, the government, the school system, the church, and all you friends and peers, most of whom are brainwashed and subtly passing this mindset onto you. Which side will win in your life? Will you become the individual you were born with the natural potential to be, or play the game of the world either as a highly ambitious person trying to reach some level of high status you have bound up in your head, or will you try to imitate the manufactured image of the cool, trendy person up on all the latest pop culture happenings, kinda like up on the in-crowd gossip all those entertainment news TV shows report on every night to try to promote, a fake tribe of cool pop stars that are supposedly the in-crowd of our society?